This week on the Face Off Hockey Show, we'll be talking brothers. Not the Wayans, not the Smothers, but the Sedins. Hooray. I'll talk some injuries down the stretch, also some playoff news, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's 200-point swing week. You know what that means. Grab your partner. And that's the wrong kind of swinging. Let's Face Off Hockey Show next.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway. Takes 2
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Face Off Hockey Show. I am Scotty Waz. How are you guys this week? That's great. Yeah, another week. We're in April now. Happy April to you and yours.
We are in April.
Happy Easter. Happy Zombie Jesus Day for those who celebrate.
I hope people drank until Jesus rose. That's all I ask for.
Dude, it was nothing but wine and fish during those times.
Who was whining? Oh, that was yeah.
Probably Judas when he went there. Why is he doing this? Hey,
He took all Judas's glory.
Exactly, and then Judas offed himself.
As you should at that point, really. Let's be honest. You tried to kill the Son of God.
Yeah. Not wrong. Well,
I randomly have Swedish fish in my house for some reason, and I feel like tonight's apropos.
Kind of is.
But I have Swedish fish, so I'm going to eat them tonight.
Did you buy them at some point?
I have no idea. I might have gotten them for Easter this weekend. My mom randomly gives people candy.
That's.
So I'm gonna have to ask Mark when he comes on if he got candy, because I don't remember picking these up, but they're in my house. So in honor of the Sedins.
Yes, we'll talk about them in a bit. As I told Johnny and Mark earlier this week that I was going to send something out on a Monday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Still haven't sent it out, so that'll go out soon.
That's fine.
I'm gonna hold on to that trophy a little longer before I have to ditch it.
You should.
Yeah. I think we were 4 or 5 points away from finished 32nd.
Ah, they're so good.
The dead middle. I'd be like, if I would have hit the dead middle, boy howdy, that would have been fun.
I finished 4 points out of 5th.
Nice. I finished at 9th, 33rd, and like 58th. Oh, my bracket.
I don't know how I do it. Every year I am a shit show for the first like 2 rounds. And then I go from like 53rd to like 8th.
Nice.
And I think I've picked the national champion for like 4 years in a row now.
That's something.
I should just bet national champion. Like $20 national champion, whatever the odds are.
Yeah, you really should just play that and then, put a wager on it. And then there you go.
I mean, if I learned nothing from David Kielai-Comey, it's play to your strengths.
Also, Mark's joke bracket finished 4th.
Sounds about right.
And his other bracket finished 7th. Mark, 2 top 10s.
What a dick.
That's a little bit rigged. Whatever. Villanova won. A St. Joe kid won. Hooray. Philadelphia, city of champions right now. So watch out for the Sixers and the Flyers.
Here come the Flyers. Maybe. Did they make the playoffs yet? I think they did.
I don't think they have, actually.
Yeah. I thought they were going to last night. And then they got blown out. That's right.
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the playoff race as much as I... Oh, that's a good one. That's a good headline. Ryan Suter says, doctors usually see my type of ankle injury in car accidents.
Perfect.
That's tremendous. Yeah, the Wild got hit hard this week, but we'll get to that. Some injury reports and all that fun. Shabam. Philly right now, 1 point on the good, I think, of the wild card. Yeah, 4 points on the good to the wild card. Florida has to win out, and Philadelphia has to lose out for it to mean anything.
A good thing that goalie interference call went in their favor last night. Then, whew.
Yeah, that was.
I'm glad we fixed goalie interference before the playoffs started.
Great work that we fixed that automatically.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to understand now.
Yeah, we are good to go on that. The West looks a little bit mangled. So
doesn't the West always look mangled?
Kinda, a little bit clear.
I feel like the West every year, there's like 6 teams that can make the playoffs. Like in the past, like in the last like 4 slots.
Yeah, St. Louis has 1 game to the good, so they have 1 game in hand. But they're a team that has to win their last 3. But if they lose one, I think they're done. If they lose one and Colorado wins one, I can't math. So
this is the time of year of death numbers.
Yeah,
not Matt death.
That'd be great if it was. St. Louis plays tonight against the Chicago Blackhawks, and we'll see how it goes for that. And a battle who could care less, Ottawa and Buffalo play against each other. And we'll talk a little Erik Karlsson with Lyle Richardson when he gets on, because dude picks up a puck and it's national news. It's amazing.
Hey, I haven't heard this much about a puck since Chris Pronger, so.
Hey, good one.
Thank you.
How was your weekend?
I've been saving it all week until I had a microphone in front of me. The HOAs are the HOA in my neighborhood still a bunch of C-bombs. So we got that going for us. Another year, another bunch of C-bombs. What else? I got a weighted blanket.
What?
So it's a weighted blanket. It's supposed to make you sleep better.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? What's the science behind this?
It's supposed to be like 10% of your body weight, and it kind of like snuggles on top of you, so that like you feel comfortable and such. I'm not exactly sure if there's science behind it, but I bought it.
Two things. You really need to sleep better.
Why not? So I think the problem right now, is that I've been sleeping too well. Because I've been waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, wide awake. And then somehow I fall back asleep for like another couple hours at like 4 o'clock in the morning. But you know, it's just the time change. It's still screwing with me. So
I don't know if we could put time. It's been a month. I don't know if time change. It's like saying Happy New Year in February.
Some people do.
I know. I go all the way to June.
So I got one of those. It's a 20-pound blanket. So we'll see how that goes. Worst comes to worst, if it doesn't help me sleep or help me feel better as a person, then I'll just use it as like a lifting device, like work my arms or something. Who knows? So yeah, that's on the way. What else? Going to a Caps game again,
maybe
on Saturday. Mark is supposed to be there as well. He can talk about that. He can talk about that himself, though. Problem, though, is that the amount of drugs that I'm going to have to take this week is probably going to be insane. Today, high of 71. Tomorrow, high of 49. Friday, high of 64. Saturday, high of 40. Whoa, that changed. High of 45 with a snow sleet mix.
Ooh, good old wintry mix.
Sunday 41, Monday 39, Tuesday 47. Like basically at this point, like this is a bingo card for the next like couple of weeks. I'm gonna be on the steroids again, I'm sure, at some point soon.
I'm sure if you played the temperatures as a wave file, it could create a podcast.
It's true, actually. Maybe that's the Soderstrom bubble intro.
Maybe. God knows that Todd P. Butts can't come up with one soon enough.
Still one of the best lines I ever had, I believe. I'm just gonna coin this as the best line ever, maybe that I've
Okay.
said.
Sure.
We were in Minnesota. We were in Minneapolis, St. Paul area for a wedding in January. Why my friends had a wedding in January in Minnesota?
Dumb idea.
But all of a sudden, I'm sitting there with my roommate for the week in the hotel, well, weekend-ish, long weekend, and the weather comes up, and I look at it and I go, "Wow, hey, this looks like a fucking Minesweeper game." It was like 3, 2, 1, all over the place in the area. Everybody loved it for the rest of the week. Greatest line ever.
Good work.
Apparently, it's 77 degrees in Raleigh.
Here's the thing: you play that. You play that.
Not rubbing it in. He says, "Not rubbing it in."
Yeah, no, that's fine. Of course, the team that works there hasn't made the playoffs in what 8. By the way, if you guys have a chance to go down to the tailgate, I think it's this weekend, Saturday. If you're in the Raleigh area, Section 328, and amongst other people are doing a big tailgate. I'll try to get the details here in a bit.
So yeah, so I got that all taken care of. Maybe possibly, I'm on year 5 of a 3-year plan to buy a new car. So hopefully that
Nice.
that might be coming to fruition soon. I passed 181,000 miles on it this week, and yeah, it's pretty much my week. I gave a presentation today. I've effectively been in my new job for 6 weeks. I have already given a presentation in front of all of IT.
Nice, good work.
Yeah. So I took care of that today. All in all, it's been a decent week. I will say that Sunday I was a little bit drunk. I bought some champagne and some orange juice for our Easter festivities, for some mimosas. Didn't go over as well as I planned. Came home with a couple bottles of champagne, and I didn't leave my house on Sunday. So yeah, had that going for me.
Nice.
Did you find the deets?
So the deets.
I think that's what the kids are saying nowadays.
The millennials say deets. So the deets for the Section 328 end of season tailgate, 9 a.m. on Saturday. The last home game for the Carolina Hurricanes, 9 a.m. Jaeger Pass starts at 6.
My God, really? Yeah. What time is this game?
I think 7:30.
Oh,
so they're doing it for 10 hours to mount the amount of years that it's been since the Hurricanes have made the playoffs.
Okay, but who in their right mind goes, you know what? You know what I need before a 7 p.m. game? I needed 2 more hours of drinking. Let's make this a 12-hour event.
It could get to that.
For me, I would have to take a nap in the middle.
So tailgate starts at 9 a.m. Jaeger Pass at 6. It's at the east lot of the PNC Arena. It says here, look for the big sign for I-40 if you've never been. Weather looks pretty shitty, they say, maybe even snow, but it doesn't matter what to expect. All the fun and perhaps even more food and drinks. Much like the season opening tailgate, they're happy to announce the friends at New Belgium Brewery will provide goodly amount of beer. But you still want to do BYOB. In addition, the good people at Donato's Pizza are going to be bringing a bunch of pizzas to share for the fantasticness, and also have meats, the finest meats and cheeses on the grills as well. So there you go. 100 people were at the opening night one, and they're hoping for a lot more for this one. So if you got a chance, if you're in Raleigh, go to our boys at the Section 328 and enjoy the fun times there.
It's nice that Ted's helping them out,
right?
Yeah,
could be Ryan Donato. He is the new Donato in town.
But I mean, Ted's definitely got enough money. He flew to Pyeongchang to watch some college kid play hockey.
Yeah,
and then he wasn't even a pro yet.
No.
And then now he's gonna pass out pizza in Carolina. It's amazing.
He's also a Harvard grad, so you got that going for him. my week was pretty much nothing. Car got fixed. Had a big Ram 1500. Those things are a hoss. Jen pretty much almost had to take a running start to get into the car, to get into the truck because it was so high off the ground.
Because I got high.
Yeah. That was about it. I mean, by and large, it wasn't much. I worked pretty much the entire weekend. And yeah, we didn't do much for Easter. Oh, we had a Let's Build a Hospital meeting today. And it's like the contractors who took a tour of our department didn't even look at the department because all their numbers were off the day. So we spent the bulk of the day doing that. And it was my day off, so I had to go in for a meeting on my day off, which is...
At least you didn't get fired for stealing boxes.
No, but I left work at 11:30 Tuesday night and had to be up for a 7 o'clock meeting. Like, go to hell. Also, weighted blankets are filled with just enough non-toxic poly pellets to provide deep pressure touch stimulation without uncomfortable restriction. The deep pressure from the weight causes the body to produce serotonin and endorphins, which are the chemicals our body naturally use to feel relaxed. Or
you know what? That's exactly what I need right now is some good touching. So,
right? Who doesn't?
Might as well have paid for a blanket in order to keep it over the years.
Exactly.
Could have just gone to Dundalk and gotten the same, but hey,
right? Yeah,
but
it
cost as much.
It wouldn't be 10% your body weight, and if it is, then you probably want to wrap it up like 5 times.
Yeah, well, she might be on crack.
Exactly. So there you go.
Brian appreciates the Section 328 tailgating information.
Yep. Go if you got the chance. Those guys are a good time, and they'll lament in the Carolina Hurricanes disaster of a season. So much promise. I think they were my pick out of the East. They were my pick to win the Metro. Or no, they were picked second to win it. I had Pittsburgh, Carolina, Washington top 3 in the Metro. Boy, was that a waste. Throw that away. And then we have Johnny's albums. Because why wouldn't we?
Yeah, keep them.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? Got to perform here. Trying to find our pre-season Stanley Cup picks. I'm sure those are goddamn ridiculous too.
Ooh. I don't even remember who I picked. It's probably bad at this point. I think I picked Pittsburgh, actually.
I think you picked Edmonton and Toronto.
Oh, I might have. Oof.
That was not so good, boss. So Vegas. I found our Vegas wins.
Nice. That's where I win. That's where I become big time.
You and I picked the over of 27.5. They almost doubled that. Mark and Lau picked the under. Yager, we were all wrong on that one. Because I picked HC Davos, you picked the Caps, Mark picked Couch, and Lau picked Colorado. Why can't I find our picks for this year? What the hell? Oh, they're probably back here. No, that's Best Buy. It's a Best Buy receipt that I don't know what's for. Oh, well. I'm sure they'll turn up. And if not, who cares? We'll make more next week.
We'll make them up.
Because that's when the playoffs start. Playoffs! Lyle versus Inanimate Object versus Orb 25. Catch the fever.
Yeah. So the fortune-telling panda is dead.
Right.
So I'm going to have to see if I can find another cool fortune-telling animal, maybe. Maybe there's an app for that.
Don't do a fortune-telling raccoon, because you hear about what happened to those raccoons in Youngstown, Ohio?
No. What?
So
they're trash pandas, right?
Trash pandas have been turning into zombies, apparently. In Youngstown, Ohio, police have gotten dozens of reports that there are raccoons following people to their home doors, getting up on their back feet, showing their teeth, and then going comatose.
I always thought Youngstown was a weird place.
Youngstown's kind of odd. Youngstown's not that great. So there you go.
Yeah, that is random. Whew.
Who is
Just
Tony?
dying right there on the spot.
No, they're going comatose. I don't think they're going dead.
Oh,
It's probably like rabies or like raccoon AIDS.
or AIDS.
Yeah. Haven't had a good AIDS outbreak in a while. Raccoons, of course, are transacted. Tony Fanu. Oh boy, I'm just reading this on the news. Tony Fanu dislocated his ankle while celebrating on a par 3. So
Golf injuries are the worst.
yeah, celebrating a hole in one. He
Well, let's be
dislocated his
honest.
ankle. He kept on playing though, so he's a real athlete.
True. Like any good hockey player.
Fucking Ryan Suter's done for the year. This guy's gonna play the Masters and make more in a weekend than I'll ever make in like 3 years. Golf and tennis money is egregious, by the way. Oh, I just want to put that out there. So,
I mean, it's not really that bad. Like, you have to at least be really good in order to make a whole bunch of money. Like, how good do you really have to be in like football to make like a bunch of money?
guaranteed money, you have to have a good agent, I think, in all honesty.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe like baseball then.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably
Like, at least you have to win
Well-
tournaments and stuff.
well in baseball, people are bitching about the minor leaguers not getting a good fair share.
They don't make hundreds of millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, so they need more.
I think minor league players are making $100 a week.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So Ernie Els, who finished last place, who finished last place in the money. Professional players that were cut from the field received $10,000 each.
So that's hilarious because I on the live chat, it literally just came up and said, "Remember Happy Gilmore's checks for last place? They were like
Yeah.
10K."
Yeah. So 10 grand for cut players. The first guy to make quote unquote in the money was 53rd. It was Ernie Els. He made $27,060. So it's a good day. The big drop off is from 3rd to 4th. So third was 748,000. Fourth was 484,000. It's a nice $250,000
almost-
drop.
Yeah, that's a good amount of money right there. That's one missed 2-foot putt.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
oof.
I did a great ball striker like you shooting 80. I missed a 6-foot putt for 79.
So yeah, golf money is very egregious. What is it? Is it APT? Is the tennis?
I think so.
Wimbledon's their big thing. Wonder if the Royals put it there. Here we go. Wimbledon prize money breakdown. Thank God. Thank you, British betting area. So, it's in pounds. Stop with this. Pounds. Pounds to you. Let's get to a real money equation. Pounds to USD. So if you lose in the first round, it is 35,000 pounds or
Whoa.
49.
50 grand.
Yep, it's $49,302.
Wow.
If you lose in the first round of Wimbledon, it's amazing.
I'd do that.
In the wheelchair, you don't even make money until the quarterfinals. First off, didn't know
Wheelchair
there was-
tennis has to be super hard.
I was gonna say, didn't know there was a wheelchair tennis.
I feel like I would give them more money.
Yes,
Like, split some of the other money up with the like wheelchair tennis players.
their top prize is the 35,000 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
So
I feel like you could cut back 1,000 pounds off of every single person who lost in the first round of Wimbledon and give out a lot more money to the wheelchair people.
I'm sure.
How many wheelchair players are there? Is there like a bracket for that? I mean, it can't be like 64, right?
No.
Like a hockey bracket? There's like 16 of them.
Let me see what Wimbledon is.
That seems like a really hard skill to learn also.
Yeah. Really does. Come on, give me. I think it's just like they only have like quarterfinals. What's that? 8 teams?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think there's only 8 teams. I think and they have singles. My God,
Singles wheelchairs?
that seems insane.
I feel like doubles wheelchairs is actually harder.
Maybe.
Like it's not exactly easy to stop in a wheelchair.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I guess in tennis you have your own lanes, right? Because you got the front lane and the back lane.
But you got to cover all that ground though. In singles tennis. You know what I mean?
It's true. That's true.
Like that's a workout. I'm watching some of it here, and it's fantastic. Like,
can you switch hands?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Because that would be one hell of a day for like your left hand the entire time.
Well, no, because you have to wheel with the other one to pivot.
Oh yeah, because everything's a pivot nowadays.
Yeah.
Wow, I might have to get, since we can't show YouTube on the show, I might have to get that YouTube link from you so that I can see it. Maybe put it in the Voxer chain.
Yeah, I shall. Yeah,
I'm trying to envision how this works, and I'm not doing a great job of it.
Oh, dude, I'm watching it and I still don't understand how it works.
Although wheelchair curling was interesting.
Yeah,
I did watch some of that.
Wheelchair curling is interesting indeed. I think any kind of wheelchair sport like even wheelchair basketball still amazes me, and that's been around forever.
The best part of wheelchair curling that I found was that the players still yell for like speed and such, but there's no one there sweeping.
Yeah, I would think that. You know, you mentioned it, and I'm just like, wait, yeah, no. You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, maybe insensitive on my part, but still the funniest part of the game for me.
I wouldn't say funniest.
I think it's funny that they yell at a rock that's going down the rink.
Like it's going to do something.
Yeah. I mean, I yell at my golf ball. It doesn't do shit. Still ends
True.
up in the trees.
It's true.
Actually, I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but I bought a pair of those blue glasses that you can find golf balls when they go in the woods.
Does it work?
It works in my backyard, which helps. It's probably close for all I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get some injuries. Let's get to some injuries then.
All right. I have a boxer now.
Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
Oh boy, howdy! Do we get some injuries? First and foremost, Semyon Varlamov. That's a shame. Lower body injury. He's out for the season. This national nightmare continues for the Colorado Avalanche in terms of having to deal with Semyon Varlamov and his injury woes. Even worse for the Colorado Avalanche, Eric Johnson fractured patella. He is out for 6 weeks.
Oh, that hurts.
Mm-hmm. Not great. Like we mentioned before, Ryan Suter fractured. It was first reported as a fractured fibula. Now they're calling it a fractured ankle. I think it's really one and the same. I'm not a doctor. I just work at a hospital. And like we said earlier, Suter said that the doctors say they usually see his kind of ankle injury in car accidents, which is always something you want to hear.
Well, the speed keeps getting faster, but the boards still stay the same.
Exactly. He banged against the board, so he fractured his fibula. How it happened? It just he came into the boards. We can't show this, obviously. He was coming in like a hockey stop, and I'm trying to think, who was it? Remy Ellie of the Stars just hit him, and the force as he was trying to stop hit the bottom dasher, the yellow dasher, and just collides, and that fractured his fibula. It's a harmless. You know what? Screw it. I don't care if we don't get demonetized because we're not making any money.
It's true, actually. The NHL jokes on them.
So here we go. Here's the play on Scotty's screen share. That's it. That's how he fractured his fibula. Just a small little hit along the dasher here. Boom. That's that. That's all. That does how it. I guess because of the speed and everything like that. But
that's just unlucky.
Very unlucky.
He just hit weird because that happens 85 times a game.
Mm-hmm. Suter said the fact that he was placed in a walking boot protected his ankle from further damage, but doctors have been pretty worried since. So that's not good. The doctors are still worried.
Well, he's not exactly young anymore.
No, I think he's in his 30s now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Still had over 50 points this year. Amazing. You don't hear much about Ryan Suter anymore, do you? He seems to 33 Ryan Suter. Yeah, he's about hitting that over the hill mark. But you know, Ryan Suter used to be that big thing in Nashville, and now he's in Minnesota. He kind of just gets lost in the shuffle. Maybe that's me. I don't hear much about him.
Isn't that everyone in Minnesota?
Kind of, yeah. I keep forgetting Zach Parise's there. Then I realized him and Suter signed like 13-year deals together. So, what can you do? Brandon Carlo of the Boston Bruins. He's out 3 to 4 months with a broken ankle. Rough time for him. Steve Stamkos lower body injury. He's day to day, but aren't we all? As well as Travis Dermott of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He has lower body injury day to day. Scotty Upshaw, lacerated kidney. He is out indefinitely.
Wow.
That's
how does that even happen?
Weird. Like you take a cross check to the back and it just lacerates your kidney, I guess. I don't know.
That could happen. I could see that.
Yeah. So that's something. Also, Victor Antipin, concussion, broken nose, and quote unquote dental stuff. He's out indefinitely after he got derailed big time by Scotty Hartnell. No disciplinary action to Scotty Hartnell, shockingly enough. Also, only a $5,000 fine for Brad Marchand cross-checking someone in the face.
That's true, but his face was asking for it. From the video that I see, it was in a good spot to be cross-checked.
He was almost doing the Flyer fans a favor, putting an Andy McDonald contract on long-term IR.
Yeah. He might have asked him to do it.
Maybe.
$5,000, well worth it.
Exactly. We got a Patreon. If you didn't know already, patreon.com/faceoff hockey show. You give as little as less or as much as or something how you want. That was English. You could be like Sean, Angela, Brian, Damon, Mark, Trista, Mitch, Chris, Ethan, or Matthew. They contributed, and you can too. Patreon.com/faceoff hockey show. This week's Patreon pick: 2 will enter, 1 will leave. Best brother duos. Obviously, with the announcement the Sedins are going out to pasture, we all ask the question now, are they the best sibling pairing the NHL has ever seen? Hard to say no to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of 2 siblings that came, like, I don't know of 2 identical twins like that who played in the NHL that played together their entire lives. 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. I couldn't even name off. I think that I could name some other brother combinations.
Mm-hmm.
But none that were that good.
Kelly
and Kit Miller.
Yeah, no, obviously there's that.
They were good.
The only twins that I see outside of the Sedins are Chris and Ryan Russell.
Yeah,
no, they're not that great.
No, they're not. They're not on that level.
No. Larry and Mo Robinson. Their
Where's
brother.
Curly?
I was going to say their brother Curly and Shemp did not have hockey careers.
Oh, Curly was the older brother who like paved the way.
Yeah.
Sure.
The Stahl brothers. How would you put the Stahl brothers? What two Stahl brothers would you put together? Jared and Eric?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Mark was the extra in this.
Yeah, and Jordan and Eric. Not Jarrett was the black sheep of the whole thing.
He's the stall who didn't make it.
Exactly. There's a lot of siblings, oddly enough.
Terry
James,
and Brian Murray.
yeah, Sylvan and Pierre Turgeon.
Ooh,
That's a decent
they
pair.
were both pretty good.
They're
Yeah.
pretty decent. Of course, another set of twins. Peter and Patrick Sundstrom. Huh? Rich.
What
Rich and-
about Peter Sikora and his alternate Peter Sikora?
I don't think they were brothers. I think they just had the weird same name.
Oh,
Sikora is like Smith in the Czech Republic. That I don't know actually.
AJ says that if they're not the best, they're the most remarkable for how long they played and sticking together for the same team.
Mm-hmm. I would put it almost to the Stastny's level, because the Stastny's played for the Nordiques for 4 seasons, all 3 of them together. And the only the second time that 3 brothers played for the same team. So
Since the trade, right?
the trade.
Yeah, the 3 brothers trade.
Oh right. It took me a minute there. I'm like, now I got it. Of course, you have all the Sutter brothers. The Sutter brothers.
Yeah.
Brian, Daryl, Dwayne, Brent, Rich and Ron. Rich and Ron are twins. So that's out there. PK and Malcolm Subban.
Yeah.
We know PK, Malcolm. Malcolm's on a playoff team. Can't say anything for that. Yarko and Timo Rutsu. Remember those guys?
Interesting.
Of course, another set of twins, Joel and Henrik Lundqvist. Joel, a very unsuccessful career.
Joel, yeah. Yep. And then you have Valerie and Pavel Bure.
Yep. Claude and Jocelyn Lemieux.
Huh. Did not know they were related.
Yeah. And then Mario and Elaine Lemieux.
Look at all the Lemieux.
Yeah, I know. All the news. Jesus, I cannot talk today.
It's not like you haven't been awake for like 24 hours.
Christ. Miku and Saku Koivu.
They weren't bad.
They weren't terrible. Andre and Sergei Kostitsyn. They were memorable for the wrong reasons.
They were great right up until that mafia ring.
Right, yeah, that was kind of... All the Hunters. Dale and Mark and Dave Hunter. How could we forget them?
I don't know Dave Hunter.
Let's find out what Dave Hunter is. He's got a link to Wikipedia, so he must be important.
I bet he's a motivational speaker.
Won 3 Stanley Cups with the Edmonton Oilers in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he was too. Maybe he was like the older brother that I didn't know because I didn't start watching until I was like 8.
Yeah, he played with the whole Oilers his whole life, except for parts of 2 seasons with the Penguins and then the Jets. Not successive. He went from Oilers, Penguins, Oilers, Jets. Very bizarre how that happened. He got traded at the deadline twice. Yeah. And then, Mark Hunter played against him all the time because Mark Hunter played for Calgary in the first part of the career, and it was good times had by all. Marion and Marcel Hossa. Both sets of Howe brothers, Mark and Marty and Gordy and Vic.
Oh, nice.
Who else do we got here? The Gotchas.
The Gotchas.
Sasha and Marcel Gotcha ass. Of course, Brian and Steven Gianta, the smallest brother combo we've seen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's Steven Gianta's honorary Patanzo. That's
true. Just to screw up Sean Leahy more. another set of twins, Chris and Peter Ferraro, who were like minor leaguers for life. Sergey and Fedorov.
Oh, that's right. Wow. There have been a lot of brother combinations to make the NHL.
Here's one too, and I will put this up against the Sedins in success, and it's only because they were apart. Phil and Tony Esposito.
Oh,
That's a good pair.
They did not play together.
They did not play together. That is true.
But those are two.
That's strong for a brother combination.
That's strong. Yes, that is extremely strong.
Dave and Ken Dryden. There's that combination. The highest scoring pair of brothers in NHL history. The Gretzkys. Wayne and Brent. Granted, Brent only had 4 points to contribute to that, but still, he's there nonetheless.
Yes, good work. Brent was the token brother that like helped him.
Well, but don't say that. Don't say that too fast.
To get this, hell yeah, to get this record.
Yeah.
He was like, I need one more record. How many records do I already have? They're like 98. He's like, all right, I need one more record. Brent, I'm gonna need you to play in the NHL.
There's a team in Tampa Bay that need anybody. The Denneys, Cy and Corbett Denneny. The first set of brothers to face off against each other in the Stanley Cup final, along with Buck and Frank Boucher at the time. Cy's Ottawa Senators beat Corb's Vancouver Maroons. The Dennenys were the first brothers to face off each other in the NHL regular season, December 22nd, 1917.
I bet you they never let each other forget that either.
Well, they're both dead. They can...
Well, I mean, now.
Oh, yeah. The Cullens, Mark and Matt. Matt's still playing. The Comries, Mike, Eric, and Paul. So Eric
sounds like a band.
All right, Eric is a half brother, so he doesn't really count. Bill and Bun and Bud Cook. So first off, alliteration, like Mama used to make. But old timey. Bud and Bun played for the Bruins. Bill and Bun played together with the Rangers, winning Stanley Cups in 28 and 33 as part of the bread line with Frank Boucher. There you go. Why are more people not called Bun these days? We'll keep going old school. Odie and Sprague Cleghorn. That's just a great name. And of course, the Hanson brothers, Jack and Steve Carlson. 2/3 of the Hanson brothers. We mentioned the Berets. The Broughtons. Neil, Aaron, and Paul. U.S. hockey royalty. And of course, Jamie and Jordy Ben. They're still playing now. They played for the Stars together. But I mean, when you look at the Sedins, you can't. To be picked 2 and 3, to stay in the same place together, and be as productive. They're still productive. They're still in the top 3 in point. Like if Brock Besser was playing, he'd blow him away still. But like these guys are playing pretty much second, third line minutes and still contributing in a big way. They're going out at age 37.
Yeah.
What more can you say about them? It was identical. We loved everything about it. Like it seemed like a dream. It was all a dream.
It was cool last night to see the Vegas Golden Knights stay out and salute the Sedins.
Yeah.
And shake hands and everything. That was cool to see.
Shake hands, kiss babies. It's a great time. So yeah, Henrik and Daniel both winning gold medals. Both won an Art Ross 1 year away from each other.
Who was the number 1 pick that year? Was that Stefan?
Yes, it was the 99 draft. The Atlanta Thrashers picked Patrick Stefan. Boy, howdy, that was a mistake. So, what can you do? As of this day right here, they only have 2 games left, Thursday and Saturday. Hank Sedin has 1,020 points, and Daniel Sedin has 986 points. Hendrick has played, it looks like 20 some more games than Daniel because Daniel had some injuries. I don't know, like to play that entire, like my entire adult hockey life with my twin brother, seems weird. Seems a bit. I don't know.
Are they the last? Are they like the last group of people? I feel like when you get through the like Ovechkins, Crosbys, etc., we might be seeing like the last group of people that stick with an entire team their whole careers, like that are that iconic, right? That are like the face of the franchise for 20 years, type of thing.
Yeah, no, I think you're right when you look at it. Obviously, you're going to have. I think we'll see more and more of it with as years go by and teams want to lock up. Like McDavid's probably going to be there his whole career with Edmonton.
Yeah.
They'll throw money at him. But yeah, I mean, we could be because there doesn't seem to be that one big thing. Like I could see Nolan Patrick going to some other teams. Nico Hischier maybe go to some other teams. But
John Tavares might be going to other teams.
Yeah, I think there's John Tavares is going to go to another team. There was already speculation that John Tavares is going to be looking at Vancouver because they need a center. And,
well, I mean, they just lost one.
Yeah, exactly. They need a center, and if you think of John Tavares and Brock Besser together, that's a spicy meatball right there. But yeah, I think when you look at it overall in terms of success, outside of Wayne Gretzky padding the stats for his brother, Sedin's could be Tony. The Espositos come close in terms of just everything else, but yeah, I don't know. Sedin's have to be up there. Sedin's could probably be top 3, I would say. Espositos. I don't know who else. Like maybe top 2. The more I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It
really happening.
They've had a great career.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all goes. We're joined now. Looks to be Mark with a C.
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, buddy.
Am I bouncing?
You're fine.
Am I hot enough?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Am I hot or not?
Oh, remember that site? It was a great site.
That was a fantastic site.
Remember we were I was gonna say, remember we were talking about the brothers? No. We're talking about brothers combinations in the NHL, best all time, in consideration with the Sedins retiring on Saturday. Brothers you think are as successful as the Sedins? We put out the Espositos.
The Niedermeyers.
Oh, shit. How do we forget the Niedermeyers?
They have like 4 Stanley Cups between them, don't they?
Yeah. Jesus, dude.
Sorry.
Thank you, Batman.
They went down the wrong pipe.
I'm going to get pain.
Yes. So yeah, Scott and Robert Niedermeyer.
How do we forget that shot?
That's a good drop. That's fine, Mark. You're okay being late if you're going to bring in drops like that.
Yeah, if you're going to come strong like that. Well, because I looked on the thing. There's so many brother combinations in the NHL. So, I mean, it was hard. I guess
did win a lot.
They did. All they do is win, win, win. They fought each other too. The Primus, I think, are also there, but stats wise, I think that's
yeah. I mean, Rob Niedermeyer wasn't a powerhouse. I mean, he did his job. He was a good third line grinding, maybe sometimes second line guy, but he got the job done on multiple Stanley Cup teams, I believe.
He did. Rob,
or maybe just one.
The Ducks.
Yeah, he was on the Ducks when he and Scott. Yeah, when he and Scott won. Scott won in '94 with the Devils, didn't he?
Scott won in 2003 and then 2000 with the Ducks. Or not with the Ducks, with the Devils. I don't think he was on the 95 team. I could be wrong, though. I have been wrong in the past. Rob Niedermeyer looks like... Dude, you're not going to list Stanley Cups? What are you going to do? Yeah, it looks like Stanley Cup. There we go. And and he also went to the Stanley Cups with the Florida Panthers too. And during that magical run. For Scott Niedermeyer, however, yeah, it does look like he was on that 95 team. It's three-time with the Devils. All three with the Devils, and then a fourth one with the Ducks. Look at him. Look at him go. Sedin's second all-time in brother scoring.
Who's number? Oh, Esposito's.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. They become for two brothers. They become the second highest for two brothers. The Gretzky's were first.
Well, that doesn't count.
No, but Brent contributed those 4 points.
I guess the Burrays are probably up there.
Nope. So the top 5 brother combinations in scoring, and these are all with 2,000 plus combined points. There's 5 of them, which I find fantastic. The Sutters, just by sheer will, are number 1. There were 6 of them.
I mean, when you go with quantity over quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
Or quantity over quality, I should say.
2,936. Only less than 100 away was the Gretzky's of Wayne and Brent.
That's insane.
Then the Stastnys at 2,169. Nice. Anton Peter and Marion Stastny. This happened in November, so I'm sure the numbers have changed. 2,034 for the Sedins. I think that's up to probably close to 2,100. And then the Richards, Henri and Maurice. How the hell do we forget about those guys when we talk about old-timey? 2,012 points. So, yeah. Amazing. Wayne Gretzky compiled 2,857 points, while Brent had 4.
That's fine.
So, I think it's good. I think it's
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, and I guess they both hit 1,000 points. That may the stats Wikipedia, shockingly enough, not up to date. So the first pair of brothers to hit the 1,000 point mark. That's pretty impressive. It's pretty damn impressive.
So then, where are the Burrays? They've got to be pretty close to 1,000 points.
Combined or apart?
Yeah,
Combined.
Oh,
We're talking about $2,000.
yeah, we're talking about 2 G's, bro.
Oh, well, never mind then. That's insane.
Okay, talking 2 Chain. Pavel Bure. How many points did Pavel Bure? You got to remember left.
800 probably. I would imagine somewhere around 800 points.
Johnny.
Between the two of them,
No, just Pavel.
Pavel, I'm going to give him 678 points.
Oh, you're 101 off. It was 779. Mark was right there. 779. How many did Valerie get? Obviously, he had at least 3 with his kids. So, lame joke. Where is Val Bure? Give me the hot link to Val Bure Wikipedia. Or I could just put in Valerie Bure. Anyway. Valerie Bure, what do we got here? Sergei Fedorov's name pops up. That's kind of weird. Do we want to do a guess on Valerie Bure's career stats?
350.
350, Gianni.
Why do you give that Loch Ness Monster 350? I am going to get 275.
Mark wins with the tree fitty.
And
400.
Eddie Van Haskell says, what about Frank and Peter Mahavlik?
Mahavlich is up there. They're good too. Mahavlich is a good one too. 400s for Val Bure, by the way, for scoring at home.
Wow. I know my Burrays apparently.
You know your Bures. You know your Bures.
You know most of it because of Full House. Let's be
That's
honest.
True.
I'm gonna text.
How many Anna Kournikovas though?
Oh
In a brother pair. Actually, never mind.
no, that's it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a weird night.
That's a weird one.
actually.
It's kind of a very odd thing to say. Yeah, the Mahavliches are good. Again, you just have to bring in the Richards because their point total as a whole. I put up Phil Esposito and Tony Esposito, both Hall of Famers. I think Mahavliches are both Hall of Famers. I think the Richards are both Hall of Famers.
Hendrick and shit. Daniel Sedin will both be Hall of Famers as well.
Yes. Don't think they're going to be first ballot, depending on how the strength of class.
Now, do you think they have to go in together, right?
That's what I was
They
just
can't
about
split
to-
them up.
Now I was about to ask the same
That'd
thing.
be great if they did.
That would be such a dick move by the
But
NHL.
that would be peak Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That would be peak Hockey Hall of Fame.
Like the Vancouver Canucks moved heaven and earth to draft them together. And
They
then the
actually,
Hockey Hall of Fame chooses
If I
them.
remember correctly, earlier in the week, NHL Network, it might have been last night actually, NHL Network was showing the clip of Brian Burke talking to the other GMs on the floor during that draft to get to make sure. I believe that he said almost verbatim, I have his word that the Thrashers are taking Stefan, and you have my word that I'm taking the Twins with 2 and 3. Is this a deal?
Well, he went on Canadian TV on one of the talk shows and said that he picked the wrong one first.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
So wait, did they have those two picks the whole time, or I thought they had to make trades to
No,
get the other pick?
Well, they had the second pick.
yeah, they had the second overall, and I think they had to make.
No, I mean like not
And
the
they
second,
traded
but
for the third.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I didn't think that they had 2 and 3 from
No.
from previous trades, and they just happened to have 2 and 3 from some trade that worked out really well for them. I thought they specifically got the number 3 pick in a trade.
How hilarious would that been? And be like, hey, we got the third one.
Yeah, like you're in the lottery, right? That was before the lottery, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. So,
But wouldn't it be great if Brian Burke was sitting with the other GMs in the lottery, and the Vancouver Canucks got called second, and he just sat there waiting for his other trade partner to get called, and he just swooped in and up. I'll take that one too, thank you.
so here's how it played out. The Atlanta Thrashers got the first overall pick from the Tampa Bay Lightning, by way of the Vancouver Canucks. Then the Vancouver Canucks got the second overall pick from Atlanta.
That's
and then
hilarious.
they had the third pick.
Oh, wow.
So that's how that all played out.
So let's the Rangers should have taken one of the Sedins instead of Patrick Stefan.
Well, no. He already had his word. You can't go back on your word.
No, we're playing what if here. Hockey what if. This is our game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they wouldn't
just
have.
made it up.
Vancouver wouldn't have made the trade for the third pick then.
That's true.
Don't Google it. I made it up.
Whatifhockey.com. So hold on, I have this transaction. I got to see it because I think this was the first round of the '99 draft was by the way, text from Jen HL History Girl in the other room. Her opinion: the best brothers who played together or overall, Bill and Bun Cook and the Niedermeyers. She says, I guess that's played together. So. Thanks, Jen.
We have a good Max and Doug Bentley drop on here as well.
Yeah, the Bentleys were good too.
Those Bentley boys.
Yeah, those Bentley boys. So here's how
I
convoluted
didn't mention the other ones in the live chat because we've already mentioned that group.
Okay. So here's how convoluted the '99 draft was. The fourth pick was involved in that trade to Vancouver that got the Sedins there. So
holy crap!
The fourth pick was the Rangers from Chicago via Vancouver and Tampa Bay. Here's how this all planned out.
How incestuous was the first 5 picks? Jesus.
So the first overall. So the Lightning originally had the first pick overall.
It's great timing, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll pause. We'll put a hit break here. Lara Richardson. Hi.
Hi.
All right.
Thank
so
you for leaving the spot for the ad.
No problem, buddy. Doing my best to get us some money.
By the way, before we go any further, are there any problems with the volume at my end?
You're looking fantastic.
Sounds great.
Sounding great.
Good.
You might want to adjust the vertical hold on your shirt, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
All right,
talking.
back to the
I'm
draft.
going as the Doppler effect this year. Come on.
Yeah. So we're talking loud. We're talking about this draft that made the Sedins get picked together.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lightning had the original #1 overall pick.
Right.
They traded the first. They traded to Canucks. Canucks traded the first round pick in '99 and the third round pick in '99 and the third round pick in '99 for the first round pick. Wait, hold on. How does this? Wait, I'm confused.
What? Hold on. They traded the same pick twice.
Whoa, what?
I am confused. The way this is planogrammed out is not that great.
I gotta. Do you have the link for it? I want to have a look at it too.
Yeah, no, it's. If you can make height of hair of this, Lyle, I will.
The live chat is on file. Is on fire
file?
right now.
File.
I'm gonna put them on file. Archive that.
Chris has showed up now too. They're all just talking to each other at this point.
That's fine. Let's work.
Mass pandemonium, dogs and cats living together.
Less you have to do.
Excuse me.
All right.
I always make squeaky noises when I clean my glasses. Because
Well, of course.
anyway, and for the folks listening at home, they can yeah.
Right. They'll be like, how the hell this happen?
Through the magic of sound. All right. Okay. Here we are. All right. So Canucks traded 1999 first round pick, third round pick in '99, another third round pick. What? No.
Right?
No. That can't be. This
can't be.
This is okay. No. Wait a minute. All right. So the Canucks traded 1999 first round pick, which is #1 overall to. Okay, I see. Okay.
Do I need to go get an abacus?
Need to get a yeah. You're right. You're right, Scotty. This is kind of a little
bit convoluted.
Yeah.
I just want to know how many times did the first 3 picks get passed around like a cheap hooker? Can we do that?
First 4 picks, sir. First 4 picks.
First 4. So, sorry.
All right. So
okay.
Here we go. Here it is.
Right.
So he complimented his 16th overall pick. All right.
It was a great pick.
Another day. He traded the 4th overall pick and 2 3-round picks to the Tampa Bay Lightning for the first overall pick, which the Lightning in turn traded to the Rangers. The 4th round pick traded to the Rangers for Pavel Brendel to Vancouver, and then Atlanta worked out a deal where Atlanta held the 2nd overall selection and promised to pick Patrick Stefan for the 1st overall pick, leaving the Sedins to be 2nd and 3rd. What?
Instead of 1st and 3rd?
Exactly, because the thing is when you have runners in scoring position, it's better.
Yeah,
and they were right.
Yeah. But the thing too is he wanted to make sure they got the Sedins both together. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
because
to make sure that Atlanta would not touch any of them too.
Yeah, since when did promises become part of a trade?
Oh, it's been in there all the time when you're talking first over, who's taking who in the first overall or second overall. I mean, that's happened before.
That's not tangible.
I have a question. When all of this trading went down, right? Was there even an option that the team that had 2 back-to-back picks in the first round weren't picking the Sedins? Like as soon as that occurred, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, they're both off the board."
Yeah, everybody knew what was coming. Yeah.
But and it also cuts down on the time that we need to have both of them walk up there to the big board.
And I'll tell you something right now. Brian Burke has feasted off of that ever since, nearly 20 years later. That was the trade that really made his bones as a general man. I mean, yes, he'd been in and done deals before, and I believe he was involved in getting Pronger selected when he was with Hartford. They selected Chris Pronger, I believe, if memory serves, that he was part of that. But it was the Sedin deal that cemented his reputation as a master wheeler dealer.
I think that was the last time I saw him wear a tie as well.
Yes,
just straight
absolutely.
up
Where his neck could fit a tie.
Right. After that, he was like, I don't have to wear a tie anymore. I'm too
exactly. I don't need no tie, bitches. I just pulled off one of the greatest draft deals ever.
Yeah. So, and the players involved is a who's who of who cares.
Oh man.
Like,
And that has to be, if I may say, that had to be, apart from the Sedins, that first round was horrible.
yeah.
That was
great.
one of the worst first rounds, I think, in NHL history.
But
someone,
Patrick Steffen, he was a franchise player.
It's true.
Yeah.
Lyle, someone did bring up the 96 draft as pretty bad. And I will say, in defense of the 96 draft, they did have 5 players that played over 1,100 games.
Well, let's do a quick comparable here. All right,
Okay.
right off the bat, we pull them up side by side. Okay, so you look through the first round and of the '99 draft, and yeah, I mean, obviously the Sedins were the runaway winners of that. You know, they were the big guys, no question. Because you look at everybody else after that, and it really is, as you said, it's a who's who of who cares. Oh, well, except Barrick Chapman.
A healthy Barrick Chapman.
Yes.
Healthy Barrick Chapman.
He was healthy when he got drafted. That's for sure.
Exactly. This for the benefit of Mark. A healthy Barrett Jackman played 876 games, NHL Rookie of the Year, if you will all recall. He also had, but as far as stardom goes, I mean, it was just the Sedins, and everybody else was just meh. You had like a bunch of players who went on to Marty Havlat down number 26th overall, but Havlat was it was injuries. I mean that guy would have been so much better if it hadn't been for the plethora of injuries he suffered during his career. So I will give you the Sedins and then Marty Havlat and then Barrick Jackman. I think in that order that works.
And we're just talking first round here, correct?
Yeah, just the first round, because here you're talking like guys like Nick Boynton, who had like 605 games. You got Taylor Pyatt, 859 game. Wow.
Right.
That's impressive when you think
Taylor Pyatt is the Andrew Cogliano of that era.
Tim Connolly, 697. And to be fair to Tim, 697 games, 431 points. And again, to be fair to him, he was another one whose career was definitely shortened by injuries. But
Lyle, how can you can't miss Chris Beach?
Yeah, exactly. But even go through the rest of this. I'm looking through the rest, scrolling through the rest of these, now of these rounds. Well, hell, let's just pull up total points here. And the next terrific player in that draft was a 7th round pick, selected 210th overall by the Detroit Red Wings, ladies and gentlemen, Henrik Zetterberg.
And then after that, it plummets to Radim Verbata.
Well, Radim Verbata, and then Marty Havlat, and then the name you don't like to hear, Martin Erat.
Philip Forsberg was in the 99 draft.
It's amazing.
Ratman.
Martin Erat. And then it drops. Then it just the bottom dropped out. Chris Kelly, in there as well. Ryan Malone
still playing.
Yep, Chris Kelly still playing.
Jordan Leopold was pretty decent.
Mike Comrie, he had some moments there. Sure. Okay, now let's compare to the 1996 draft. Chris Phillips was selected 1st overall, played 1,179 career games. He became a quintessential shutdown defenseman. Came up with had a very good career. You look through that first round, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a superstar, though.
Yep.
I must say that the 99 draft was better in terms of Daniel and Henrik Sedin bring that average up big time.
Oh, absolutely.
Not for them. But let's look at the points. And you know what? Honestly, the 96 draft, I must concede the point. The 96 draft was worse than the 99 draft. It's only because of the Sedins and Henrik Zetterberg that the 99 draft is better, because the highest scoring player was a 2nd round pick of the then Anaheim Mighty Ducks, 35th overall. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Cullen with 710 points in 1,443 career games. There's only one player in here that is an actual genuine Hall of Famer, and that's Zdeno Chara. 627 points, 1,420 games, but he's a Hall of Famer, no question. But that's it. I don't see anybody else in there to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, Daniel Briere's in there. Briere had a terrific career, 696 points, 973 games. Not a Hall of Fame guy. Dainius Zubris, 591 points. Thomas Caberlet, 563. J.P. Dumont, 523. Marco Sturm, the pride of Deutschland, 487 points, 938 games. But yeah, then the bottom drops out.
I would say Chris Phillips is a Hall of Famer in a weak Hall of Fame class.
Honestly, Chris Phillips, no. Chris Phillips will never, no.
Never.
Chris Phillips, no. He's never gonna get it. never gonna get it.
Wow, really with the 90s tunes today.
Well, because we're in the 90s, my friends.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I was still in my 30s then, guys. I was still sort of kind of hippish back then.
There's a question.
And then the bottom dropped out.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it Lundqvist part of the 99 draft?
Lundqvist?
No.
Henrik Lundqvist? No.
Henrik Lundqvist is 2002?
What? 2001?
2002-ish.
Let's have a look.
He was after Dan Blackburn?
Yes.
Henrik Lundqvist.
2000.
Selected, the draft, the very next year. Selected in the
Actually, he was selected before because Blackburn was 2001, I want to say, maybe?
That was 2001 Sunrise was Dan Blackburn.
Yeah, I thought that was the Lundqvist draft.
Hang on, we'll find out here in a second.
Lundqvist is 2000, Dan Blackburn top 10.
Blackburn 2001.
Yeah, so a year
first
before.
round, 10th overall pick. So Henrik,
good old double blocker.
King Henrik selected 1 year before, 205th overall in the 7th round.
Too soon, John. Too soon.
But I have to concede. I have to concede that point. Yes, I agree. The 96 draft was worse than the 99 draft. There's only one bona fide Hall of Fame player to come out of there, future Hall of Fame player to come out of there, and that's Zdeno Chara.
We're adding Ryan Miller as 138 in the 99 draft. Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I don't see any defense. I don't see any goaltenders in there.
Ryan Miller is
look.
I would also say Ryan Miller not Hall of Fame worthy.
No. Yeah, he won a Vezina award, but no. And as far as goaltenders go,
is he falling apart?
As far as the goaltenders go, the most notable, Matthew Garon played 341 career games, followed by Robert Esch, 186. Those career goaltenders, notable goaltenders.
For what, 96?
In the 96 draft. Now the 99 draft, hang on.
Oh, I got the list here, Lau. Do you mind if I rattle these off?
Please do.
The first round, 3 goaltenders picked. Brian Finley, Maxim Ovulation, was there. Maxime Ouellet, and Aria Honan. Honan.
That's actually why he's the reason that they created the trapezoid, right? They needed more area.
Yeah. Alex Aud, Simon Lejeunesse, Jan Lasik, Evgeny Konstantinov, Craig Anderson, everybody.
Lasik was great. Lasik was great before that, right up until that surgery.
Right, exactly. He couldn't see the puck that well. Johan Asplund, Jean-Francois Lenel, Adam Hauser, Sebastian Caron, Corey Campbell, Rob Zepp, Evan Lindsay, Jean-Francois Naguez, Ryan Miller.
Yep.
Seamus Kotek, Mikkel Lansek, Martin Prusek, Michael Layton, Matt Underhill, Donald Choukalos.
Bless you.
Right.
Thank you. Kevin Swanson, Vadim Tarasov, Phil Oskar, Kyle Kettles, Vladimir Kulikov, Jonathan Caron, and Antti Jokela. He is the worst comedian ever because he's so anti-Jokela.
Nailed it.
Wow.
I now want an anti-Jokela Carolina Hurricanes jersey. He never played for him, but just for the draft effect.
Man.
Picked 237th overall.
Was draft effect a hurricane joke?
Yes. Section 3, the 328 doing their barbecue this weekend, guys. Get on it. So yeah, Lyle, that was
Yeah,
That was something.
that was. Yeah. So, what do you? So very quickly, what do you think? First ballot Hall of Famers, the Sedins? They become eligible in 2021.
only because there's no one else.
No, there'll be more than that. Come on. They
Well,
have to.
I
So
don't
there
think
was-
of Hall of Fame worthy though.
We did want to ask a question though. I mean, between
Okay.
Mark and I as brothers,
Mhm.
do they have to go in together?
Oh, of course.
Like, what if you break them up? Is that just wrong?
I think that's the most Hockey Hall of Fame thing you ever did.
Oh, if they wanted to be real douchebags about it,
Mhm.
Hockey Hall of Fame, yeah, you go. Henrik will go in the first year, and then Daniel will go in next year, just to be douchey about it. But we all know that.
Or they announce one and then wait till the end to announce another.
That would be so good. That would be so good, though.
Because like I'm looking at like a Hockey Hall of Fame eligible. Actually, I'm looking at cartoons now because
I mean, listen, if Joe Thornton retires this season, and you can't rule it out. You know, given his knee and all that, and given his knee and his age and all that, now you can't rule it out. So he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
For sure.
Jerome McGinley, absolutely, but Jerome McGinley will be eligible in 2020.
Hold on.
But if he's not picked, then he's
Hold
definitely
up.
2021.
Was
Okay.
Thornton was never on any of the Bruins Stanley Cup teams, right?
No, he was not.
So he has not won a cup yet.
He has never
Correct.
won a Stanley Cup.
But he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer to you, even without a cup?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, he
You're
is.
damn right. He is one of the greatest playmakers in NHL history, my friend.
Whoa.
Absolutely,
Don't attack me.
he is.
I'm not-
No.
I'm not fighting this.
You asked me. I'm telling you.
I'm
I'll
just making
play
sure.
you for it because I'm
started.
combative.
You started, Mark.
Jeez Louise.
Combative by nature. I'm sorry, Mark. I had cake and ice cream before I came on the show, and the sugar rush is getting to me, man.
Mark,
You
Mark,
did kind of ask for that. I'm
yeah, you
sorry.
kind of. Mark, you did say it kind of egregiously, but Lyle, you did come off aggressive there too.
Yes,
You're both assholes.
We're,
Anyway.
we both get a time out in the asshole room. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. You have to wear
Wait.
the play well together shirt.
I don't want to go to
think-
the asshole
hold on,
room.
You gotta go to the asshole.
That's
Lyle-
a completely different.
Lyle went to the
The
school of
States.
Dale Hunter, and it was a weird time for everyone. So let me rattle off some stats for you, Mark. 397 goals for Thornton. Yeah, whatever. 1,030 assists.
He has more assists than most players get points.
Yep, 1,400 points. 1,427 right there.
Where does he rank all time? I know he's up there in terms of assists and points. He's up there.
We're talking all
Or Jumbo Joe. Yeah.
all time. Oh Jesus, why'd you do that to me?
All
Don't give
time.
me- Don't give me a drop down menu if you're not gonna give me a drop down. You sons of bitches. Career assist. Here we go. He is currently 12th all time.
That is impressive.
He would need 3 more assists to pass Mario, 10 more assists to pass Marcel Dion, 19 to pass Gordie Howe. Like if he played another season,
If he
could
plays
get up,
another season.
he
he's
could get
back.
up to he could get up to 7th.
Yeah, he could.
Mario.
And when you consider that, he played, God, what? Not half of his career, but I'd say the first 7 seasons of his career in the dead puck era. That's impressive. That is impressive.
And how mismanaged he was used in Boston.
Oh
those
my
first few
lord!
years.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Yeah, good lord.
Mhm.
So, oh yeah, absolutely. Jumbo Joe, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. He's, I believe, Art Ross Trophy winner, not the Hart Trophy, I don't think, but
Year after the lockout.
Art Ross, yeah, first scoring champion following the lockout.
Yeah, but didn't Jim Carrey win that?
No, he's a goalie.
You're not seriously comparing.
Carry one of Vesna.
Carey
Carry
Price,
that.
Did Jim Carrey win that? No, he didn't. and Carey Price didn't win it either because that's a scoring title, the Art Ross.
Oh yeah, I thought it was. I was thinking of the general MVP. Although
the Hart.
it would
Oh,
be
the Hart
very-
Trophy,
It would be very impressive if a goalie won that.
It
Scoring.
would.
Jim
That's
Carrey
scoring
won
title.
it.
Yes, well, Carey Price
Oh,
did
yeah.
3 years ago. It was very impressive when he did.
No. I was talking about the Art
Jim
Ross.
Mace
Oh,
Carey.
Oh, the
Uh, how about
very
how about,
impressive.
how about we play this from our friend Greg Wyshynski?
Hey,
He was taking a look in November.
Mhm.
The 2018 class.
mm-hmm.
The 2018 class.
Okay,
Marty Brodeur.
in no question, first
Yes.
ballot.
Faux show.
Lock it up, lock it in.
Yep.
The next one he puts up, he has a 3-1 odd. He said Marty's a lock, and that's not wrong.
Well, everybody agrees that Marty's a lock.
Second year of eligibility, 3-1 odds. Daniel Alfredson.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah,
this time. He's in this time. Yeah.
Agreed. Put it on the board.
On the board.
5-1 odds. Marty St. Louis.
Yeah,
I'd say he's in.
I think he's in too.
With that.
10-1 odds. Sergey, and there's 4 of them, all
Okay.
defensemen.
Mhm.
In his first year, Sergey Gonchar. In his 17th year, Kevin Lowe. In his 22nd year, Doug Wilson. And in his 6th year, Sergey Zubov.
No, I don't think any of those 4 get. The only way I could see that is because they usually put the 3 NHL players in. So the only way I could see that is if maybe they were to bump either Marty St. Louis or Daniel Alfredson for another year to maybe put in somebody like Doug Wilson, who's been a long, long time. But honestly, at the end of the day, I think those top 3 get in. And the rest
At what point do you not put Doug Wilson as a builder?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, if you don't get in as a player, you could certainly make the case down the road for him as a builder. Because he's been the GM there for how many years now? It's been a long, long time.
Been a while.
At what point do you
years.
just kind of give up that you're not going to make it into the Hall of Fame?
Well,
Like,
hey,
like,
well,
that
listen,
happened after like year 5, and then you get the call, and you're like, "Holy shit, really?" All right.
it took Rogie Vachon like 37 years before he finally got in after he was eligible. So yeah,
I would say almost Sergey Zubov. He's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty. Oh, sure. I'm not saying that they're not terrific players and that you can't give them the nod. I could see one of them in a weak Hall of Fame year, maybe one of those guys getting in. But it's hard just to justify not hitting Daniel Alfredson or Marty St. Louis in this, for the class of 2018
at 12-1 odds. There's 3 of them. Alexander Mogilny. Chris Osgood,
No.
Jeremy Roenick.
I still think that McGillney and Roenick should get in should get in someday. I really do.
McGillney was the fastest player in NHL '94.
That's true.
Based on that alone,
That
he's
has
also
to be on that statistic.
he and Teemu Selanne are also the last players to score 70 goals in one season. So they did that 25 years ago.
Still think Osgood should have won in the first year. 20-1. This is where it gets interesting. Rod Brendamore, Theo Fleury,
Ooh,
Boris Mikhailov, and Curtis Joseph.
I could see Boris Mikhailov getting in before Alden just because of
It's that non-NHL.
But
play.
just that era, though, too. I mean, he played for those great Soviet teams, and he was a great player. But Theo Fleury, too, man. I know the off-ice demons and all that good stuff, but you cannot deny. I mean, geez, for a decade, he was the Calgary Flames.
Wouldn't Fleury have already been in had not the last 5 years of his career occurred?
I think so.
Because everything was fine right up until he got to New York and all shit broke loose, and then he ended up in England and they had inflatable donkeys.
Well, I mean, reading his autobiography, I mean, he was having alcohol and issues while he was with the Flames, but when
but you never heard about it, is what I mean.
Yeah, well, but what happened was, once he got away from the support network really that he had there in Calgary, because he was close to family and of course and all of that, and he was well known in the community, once he got away from that support network that he had, that's when things really kind of went off the rails for him. I mean, he did have the demons, but if he had stayed in Calgary his whole career, maybe things wouldn't have gone the way they did. But I think you're right, though, to your point, Johnny, that if it had spiraled out the way it did those final 5 years, I don't think we'd be having this discussion now. I think he'd be in by now.
Cujo. I think Cujo almost has to be in.
No,
because
he'll get in someday. Yeah,
454 wins.
Yeah, that ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, but get in someday. This is the same trouble that the MLB
he's in his 6th year of eligibility.
Right, but my point is the players have only gotten better. The people the best players in the NHL have only gotten head and shoulders better than the average player in the NHL. And the reason why that is Gary Bettman I mean, you think about what
making
Gary
players
Bettman-
better. You're right.
No, he didn't
No.
necessarily make the players better, but what he did was advertise that the players were better. He took the NBA mentality and brought it to the NHL, and that is going to play huge when it comes time to vote these players into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but numbers and awards and everything like that still play a big part. And when you look at Cujo as well, when you think back to the era when he was in his prime with 3 different teams, okay, start with the St. Louis Blues, and then with the Edmonton Oilers team, by the way, that had no business going to the playoffs in back-to-back years when he was their starting goalie, and he got them there.
And
both
winning
times.
a series.
And upsets, like upsetting the Dallas Stars, I believe, in 96. And then they followed up the next year and upset the Colorado Avalanche in 97. So, and then going on to Toronto, and let's face it, he was their defense. I'm sorry. I mean, Toronto had great forwards, an outstanding goaltender in Cujo, and a defense that was just a whole lot of eh. And he saved her. How many nights did you sit down and say, oh my God, these guys would have been blown out if not for Cujo?
And then Dominic Hasek banged him sideways in Detroit. And he recovered in Phoenix. Phoenix, everyone forgets that first year in Phoenix where he had 32 damn wins and kept that team afloat because the second year was just terrible.
Yeah, that's when the end was there.
Exactly.
Everything caught
but he
up
won a
with him.
Spangler. He won a Spangler.
He did, and that got him one more chance at the dance to finish out his career. So
I will say I feel like Alexander McGillney would be in the Hall of Fame as well if his Corsi numbers were better.
There we go.
There it is.
Here it is.
That's going to be the thing. How long until advanced stats start to become,
I was kind of making the joke as well that Corsi didn't exist at the time. But hey, yeah,
exactly. But how long though? But how long would it take though for that to start becoming a metric that people use to vote people into the Hall of Fame?
Would you people like that have so much time? I guarantee you someone will go back and watch every single game Alexander McGillney played and keep stats for time on ice and Corsi.
Oh, they'll just go through all the old stat paperwork. That's all. They won't watch the games. They'll just get a hold of the NHL and they'll go through all their logs, all the games that these guys ever played in, and that's how they'll crunch their numbers and come up with it.
Then we have some of the field: Peter Bonger, Dale Hunter, Steve Larmer, Pat Verbeek, Tim Thomas. There we go.
Yeah, Tim Thomas will be waiting a while. Steve Larmer, that's a guy that I think should get in someday, but again, won't. I mean, he was a model of consistency.
Yeah,
he was overshadowed by Roenick though,
and a little bit.
Yeah,
he's good. Wyshynski says Brodeur, Alfredson, and one of the 4 defensemen at 10-1 with St. Louis waiting a year.
I could see that happening too, but again, St. Louis, come on though. I mean, that's awfully hard to justify that when you're talking a guy who won, two scoring titles, won the Hart Trophy, helped the Tampa Bay Lightning win their first Stanley Cup. He was a dominant player for years. That's hard to justify that.
Although that being as short as he is too.
Yeah, short as he is. Here's how it's going to play out. You can book it. Book it right here, right now. Brodeur.
Right now.
It's going to be Brodeur. It's going to be Alfredson. It's going to be St. Louis. It's going to be Zubov. It's going to be Willie O'Ree as a builder.
Ooh, that would be a good one. Willie O'Ree should get into the hockey.
He has to get into building.
He's got to. The fact he hasn't for all these years, I think that's disgraceful.
All right, listen, it's been fun, this Hall of Fame talk.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the goddamn turkey.
This wasn't even on the rundown.
No, it wasn't. We went to the thing. It's great because we didn't really have much to talk about in the rundown. But fuck it. It's time. It's goddamn. It's time. I might.
Oh no.
Somebody else has some anger issues tonight.
No, it's time, Lyle. It's time not to bust a rhyme, nor is it time for Gertrude Stein.
It's a time to stop, drop, shut him down.
It's time to. That is true. Whoa. That's how. Lyle, you forgot.
This is how we do it.
Not only is it baseball week, not only is it Easter week. I don't know what I'm going with this. It's Frozen
Post Easter week.
Frozen 4
FOA.
including our 200 point spread. Put reverb in post. It'll be great.
All right.
It all goes tomorrow. It goes down.
Going
St.
down.
Paul.
I feel like NASCAR kind of stole our gimmick. Like they've got these stages now that don't mean shit, but like one person can still win at the end by just winning the last race type of thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing: sometimes the winner is the third in points as the day goes out. If you want to hear about our bullshit points, go tune in the draft show with Wilson and Waz.
See, cross promotion.
There it is. Boom. All right, so we got our thing. The final 4 teams: University of Minnesota Duluth, the Bulldogs, the Ohio State University, the University of Michigan Wolverines, and the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Oh.
Faith in Big Aura. I'll smash your face in with a shillelagh.
4 teams
Fighting.
enter. 1 team leaves.
The cage
One
match.
team gives the other person the 200 points. Mark, you have the dignified chance to start us all off.
You know what? I'm not,
dignity.
I'm not even going to look at the rankings. I'm not even going to look at what teams are supposed to be good. I'm just going with the Fighting Irish.
There you go.
So, like every Catholic during football season,
Bam, bam, ba, 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 ba. I don't even know what their fight song.
Oh, that's not the
who
right
cares?
one.
It's all a bunch of noise.
Fight for Notre Dame.
Woo woo. Yeah, there you go.
I only know that from the Newt Rockney story.
Co-starring Ronald Reagan.
Lyle. You have Michigan, the Ohio State, and University of Minnesota.
Okay, what are the remaining team names? This is important.
The Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs, the Ohio State Buckeyes, and the Michigan Wolverines. Lyle, I will also point out that Chris Benoit killed his family. So Wolverines.
In which case, I gotta go with your Minnesota Duluth British Bulldogs, my friend. Keeping the wrestling theme going, keeping it alive, and avoiding the very, very, very uncomfortable Wolverine. No.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew that.
I did.
No. This is when we get kicked off the air. Because
Oh my god. Oh, we're horrible people.
This man right here.
We are just horrible people.
This man right here killed his family.
And they're pointing to
he's
the
in
murder
this-
weapon
he's
right
in-
there.
He's in
Yeah.
this deluxe aggression pack. I don't know why I have this.
Oh god, you are a sick man. That's
It
why.
was at Toys R Us after he died still.
Oh, and now Toys R Us is going out of business. See, it's all your fault.
Trust me, I know.
it's all your fault.
You didn't buy enough Oreos there.
Here's the thing. Well, I bought some for Johnny. Johnny, that's your package.
Oh, that's my package.
But here's the thing. Even their discount prices are garbage.
Ollie's could do it way better.
Ollie's is going to get all their stuff anyway.
Exactly.
All
Anyway,
right, who do I have
Johnny,
left?
you have
I have
the Ohio
Michigan
State
and
and
Ohio State.
Big Ten. We're Big Ten everything.
Oh man.
It feels weird that it like if you just named these schools aside from Minnesota Duluth, like this could have been anything. This could have been like a basketball tournament.
Yeah.
Could have been
Or,
lacrosse.
yeah. It's not like Cloud. When Cloud State's there, you're like, yep, that's hockey.
Yeah, St. Cloud State, Bemidji State, University of North Dakota, and Denver. All right, well, shit.
Yeah, that's your
Harvard, I
hockey
didn't even know they
giveaways
played
right
sports.
there.
All right, here's your final 4. We got Michigan Tech, we got Providence, we got Clarkson, and we got North Dakota. Who you guys got for this Frozen 4? Anyway.
I thought that was baseball.
I didn't think Wichita State.
Neither of these have the same numbers, so I'm gonna have to go.
Who are the head coaches?
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
No, they do. One of them does if you include the space.
If
Wait,
you
no.
include the space, then I can go with Ohio State Buckeyes. I wouldn't have to put the in.
Oh, that's true.
If I took the out
Wait, you have to put the in.
and just had Ohio State Buckeyes, then
It
that would
needs
be
the definite article.
No, screw them. They are Ohio State Buckeyes.
Okay. Are you going with Ohio State then?
Yes.
All right. Well, Rachel's your fan then.
I think
And-
she's a fan of a lot of people.
but
let's be
which
honest.
Ohio State is it? If it's
Them.
not the Ohio State, then which one?
It's the other. It's the alternate Ohio State. Peter Sikora.
It's the Ohio State of Miami. And of course, I'm taking the Michigan Rabbit Wolverines. Oh boy. So in the
Michigan
first round,
played well to get in, though. I saw them play a little bit.
Michigan
I had to
played
mute
very
it
well.
though. I can only take so much Sean Buccigrass.
Then guess what? You're gonna have to watch this on mute the entire thing because he's doing all the 3 games for the first.
Joe Bettinati did a game.
Yeah, Joe B was in there. But yeah, Bucci and Melrose are going to be on the call for the games tomorrow night and the game on Saturday. So in the first Frozen Four, Lyle will take on Johnny, and I'm taking on Mark. And there we go, 200-point swing, baby.
200 points. I haven't won this thing yet, so
It's fine. Johnny always wins, it seems.
he does. He does.
And Johnny's done his research. Johnny picking the 4th ranked team. Mark picking the 2nd ranked team overall. So should be fun.
Who was
By-
first?
St. Cloud. They got ousted by Air Force in the first round.
Oh, so I wound up picking the team that was the highest ranked. And-
Essentially, yes.
You
Oh.
did, yeah. Air Force grounded them.
well, that means that I'm screwed because the first overall pick never wins.
It's always the one who doesn't have to pick.
It's true.
There we go. Ohio State also beat Princeton 4-2 and then beat Denver, the defending champions 5-1. So I think Johnny's got a little edge up on that.
That's good.
Michigan beat Northeastern 3-2 and then stomped Boston University 6-3. Notre Dame, they won in overtime over Michigan Tech and then 2-1 over Providence. While Minnesota Duluth won 3-2 in overtime over Minnesota State Mankato and then 2-1 over Air Force. That's
Minnesota
your-
State Mankato is great in the Karate Kid.
Was right? Wax on, wax off. All right. Mark, you got to get going?
No.
Good.
Yay!
We're gonna keep you on here for some things. Lyle, a man picks up a puck after a game,
This is a riddle.
and then he skates off with it.
Yes.
What does North America do?
Lose their shit if that player's name is Eric Carlson.
Lyle, why are we making so much of this garbage?
You know why,
Tell
Scotty.
me why. Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Oh God, no! Stop, please.
Okay. Yeah, I know because I sing like shit. But anyway, no, we know why.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
shitty Beatles. Are they any good?
It's not just a clever name.
fuck you then. Tell me why.
Lyle, we're gonna get copyright infringed. It's just too close. Wow, you're like velvet peanut butter. Your voice is so smooth.
Right on cue. I mean, right on everything.
Anyway, listen, we all know why this is happening. It's because of Eric Carlson. It's he could be traded, or they could trade him away. This could be his last season, his last home game ever with the Ottawa Senators, because of course Eric Carlson was almost traded to the Vegas Golden Knights on the trade deadline, but the deal fell through. And even though Eric Carlson is saying, well, I would like to stay with the Ottawa Senators, and the Senators are saying, well, we still want to sign him, everybody's expecting that he's going to be gone this summer. That's the anticipation.
If we're putting odds on this, Lyle, we're putting odds.
I don't do odds, but
Lyle, if
ask
I
me
were
the
to
chances.
Lyle, if one is he's staying in Ottawa,
Mhm.
and 463 is he goes somewhere else, where does he land?
I'll take couch.
Okay, that's right in the middle.
Right?
So,
In the
can any-
Really good.
Fitty
Ties
fitty.
the Rubik.
Honestly, I say I just based on everything that we've read and all of this, I'd have to say it's 50-50. I you know, the fact
I think that way too.
The fact that he was almost traded to Vegas with Bobby Ryan in what would have been a monster deal, let's be honest. You know, I'm sorry, not Pierre Maguire, monster
there it is.
of a deal. But just that fact, and which, by the way, tells us that Vegas is on his 10-team list of preferred trade destinations. Yeah, and you look at, given their owner Eugene Melnick, is he going to pay over $10 million a season on an 8-year contract for Erik Karlsson? I don't think so. I think Eugene Melnick really honestly believes that that he believed at some point that he was going to get Erik Karlsson on a hometown discount. And Karlsson's already said, nope, that's not happening. And he said it publicly. And even though he walked it back very quickly, I just don't think that. And the state of the Senators, good Lord, how they fell apart so drastically. And, you know, this is a team that needs some work. You know, they say, oh, no, they're just going to retool. They'll get a couple of players and they'll be better. Well, not if the Guy Boucher's coming back as your head coach again. I'm sorry, but I think Guy Boucher is part of the problem, not part of the answer. And their goaltending really went downhill this year. Craig Anderson, boy, he really looked like a 36-year-old goaltender this year. And, just all of these different things, just the cost of keeping him, the fact that the Senators are in such a mess, the fact that Eugene Melnick is part of the reason that they're in this mess, the fact that, you know, Karlsson is this huge superstar and they're going to get big offers for this guy. As I said, right now I put it at 50-50. It wouldn't surprise me to see those odds improve that he gets moved once we get into late June.
If a team
falls in the forest.
Right, exactly. Does it make a noise? If you're in Canada, no. But would you, if you're a GM, are you going to take the chances that he goes to your team? Are we doing a sign and trade? Because we haven't had a sign and trade in a while.
No, well, the last one was Marian Hossa back in 2005.
We need a sign.
Coincidentally, the Ottawa Senators in 2000.
I think we do, and I think that a team would probably want that 8. They want that 8 years.
Absolutely. Do the sign and trade. Well, you can do the sign and trade, obviously, because he's a year away from unrestricted free agency. So I think what this is the Senators, or they can't, or any team that acquires him before July 1st, they cannot officially open contract talks until July 1st. Officially. To which I think it was either Johnny or Mark, one of the a while ago, that said, yeah, you can always tell that these sort of things officially, they always seem rather fishy when it's like 12:01 that, we announced the re-signing, or 12:01 we've announced we've signed this guy. Wait a minute, this you weren't allowed to do that until noon. No, sorry, it's been done.
All that in 45 seconds.
Exactly. You want this? Sure, done. There you go. But I definitely think if teams are going to be interested in acquiring him, they're going to want to talk to the Karlsson. They're going to want permission to talk to the Karlsson camp to be able to find out, look, if we acquire you, will you resign? We'll give you 8 years, 80 million, or 8 years, 90 million, whatever. Will you resign with us if we acquire you?
Please tell me that he holds up in a hotel and then they can put like TSN people out front again.
Dude, the Brad Richards experience. Yeah.
God, I loved that. That was gripping 8 hours of TV coverage.
It was just hilarious to watch. My God, that was funny. That was one of the funniest opening days of free agency ever, when they honestly had to turn around after 8 hours and go, well, it turns out we're not going to have any decision tonight. Brad Richards has decided he's not going to make a decision tonight. He wants some time to think about it, and then took 3 days to think about it.
James, I'm getting reports that Brad needs some mayonnaise. I don't know if that's code. If he goes with the Hellmans or otherwise, if that means if he's light blue, that means he's going to St. Louis. We'll have to wait on this for further development, but mayonnaise is needed in the Richards household. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, what do you think? I'd rather be drunk on margaritas back at my cottage right now than to be here. I hate this. I hate my life.
Bob, what do you think?
Darren.
I think it's quarter till margarita. That's what it is.
I cannot wait. Like I don't want to see the end. I don't want to see the end of Bob McKenzie. Like he will be when he leaves, he will be missed. But I sure as hell hope that he's already backed up his contacts and throws his BlackBerry against the fucking wall on the way out.
And looks at Dragon and LeBron going, "You want this, bitches? Fish forest."
Oh no!
I'm out of here.
It would be great if on his last day he was like, "All right, what do you guys think? $200? Who wants this? $300? Who wants it? Got all my contacts in it.
All my contact. Oh,
and actually,
my friend.
I would watch that for 6 hours if that's deadline.
Oh, watch the. Oh, yeah. Who's going to run up the biggest score here to try and land Bob McKenzie's?
And
Bob McKenzie's contact list.
Duffy backs up an actual dump truck full of coins and just throws it all over the floor in the.
And it's gonna be fantastic when he sells it for like 100,000 Canadian dollars, and they open up the phone and it's like all pet names for people,
and it's password protected,
and it's people, encrypted.
Who the hell is Scooter? What the?
That would be that'd be less funny.
Who's Pokey?
You just have to start texting people and be like, "Are you?"
Hold on. I know this one, Mr. No Guy. That's got to be Brian.
Are you a general manager or a scout? Send me a selfie. Whoa!
Whoa!
All right, never mind.
But like I said, Bob McKenzie said so many great moments and things like that, breaking stories and covering live events and things like that. But I have to say, my favorite was last year's free agency when they're 3 hours in, all the big names are off the board, and he, basic commercial break, he just looks at everybody and says, "I'm no longer needed here," and got up and just walked. Gone. In the car, on his way to the James Duthie comes back. He just has this weird look on his face and says, "Well, you're back joining the panel minus Bob McKenzie. So we'll press on." Bob just decided 3 hours in, all the big names are off the board. See ya. I'll be wasting away in Margaritaville.
Screw
Bye-bye.
you, fuckers. All right.
Or so he seemed to say.
Real quick, Lau, with the newfound cap space, what's Vancouver going to do? John Tavares?
No. Oh God, no. No.
Damn it.
They are not going to go after John Tavares or John Carlson or Erik Karlsson for that matter. First of all, because I really don't think, unfortunately, Vancouver is going to be on the top of their destination list.
And they have a lot of restricted free agents they need to sign in a couple of years.
Well, they do have that, and right now, the guys that they do have to sign, I think you're looking at maybe if you want to keep them all, there's really about 4 that are worth keeping, like Sven Baertschi, Jake Virtanen, Derek Pouliot, who seemed to find a home finally there with the Canucks this season. Stetcher's another one. So I mean, there's like about 4 or 5 guys there, but it would cost maybe 10 mil all told if they want to be generous to keep those 4, and they've got I think 52 or 53 mil right now invested in something like 18 or 19 players. So even once they re-sign those guys, they're going to have over 15 million in cap space if they want to go shopping in free agency or trades. But I really think, and Darren Dreger actually made the point as well, and I have to agree with it, that he sees them kind of looking at short-term veteran acquisitions, either trade or free agent, guys who have, 2-year contracts or, affordable deals, but some veteran guys who can come in for 2 or 3 years and help take some of the burden off of younger players like Brock Besser, and some of the other younger guys like Bo Horvat and Sven Baertschi as well. Baertschi's 25, but still, coming into his own. But I think you want to take some of the pressure off those guys and whoever else you try to bring in up through your system, some of the other younger guys as well. Thatcher Demko, they're looking at now, they're talking about maybe he cracks the roster next year. So yeah, I think that's what they'll look at doing. They'll try and get some decent veteran character leadership, some guys who can help, maybe provide some secondary scoring depth and just take some of the burden away from the younger guys and give them a little more time to develop. I think that's what they'll do.
All right. Number 1 or number 2? It's time to play haha fuck you. The taste sensation of sweeping nation. Here we go. I have 2 thoughts in mind for this week.
I don't know if Mark is pointing number 2 or if he's flipping you off British style.
Mark, you're picking number 2?
I always go number 2.
All right, good. Thank God. Keeps you clean. Johnny.
I'd like to know who number 2 works for.
Number 2. And Lyle, it doesn't matter.
Oh, let's keep it unanimous.
So you guys rejected the 1998 entry draft first round?
Oh! I
Thank
hate
God.
you guys.
I wouldn't have known that.
But
I didn't know it either. So
you have elected the 2017 NCAA Men's
I'm out.
Frozen
Bye.
Four tournament.
It's nothing. I know nothing about this. I'm out. I'm
You're part of it.
I'm
Lyle, you
sorry. I
think-
know nothing
you think-
about it. I'm out.
They know the teams.
200-point swing last year.
Lyle, you think they remember any of the teams that qualified for this? Maybe 3.
I know one.
Yes, you do. All right. In that case, since we have a protest, the 1998 NHL entry draft it is.
Jesus, yeah. Give me something that I at least have a shot at. Good
Can
God.
I say Denver?
Yes.
That
Johnny,
was the only answer that I had. I was going to say Denver, and that was it. The rest
and
of it
if
was
you're
like,
scoring at home or even if you're alone, Denver, Michigan Tech, Union, Penn State, Minnesota, Notre Dame, UMass Lowell, Cornell, Harvard, Providence, Western Michigan, Air Force, Minnesota Duluth, Ohio State, Boston University, North Dakota.
that's all of them.
Oh,
But anyway.
all the hockey schools. All right. The 1998 first round. We're going to
Ooh.
start off with Mark with a Z.
Oh wait, we went back to number 1.
Yeah, Lyle protested too much. Wasn't going to be fun without him.
90.
So,
All right, 98 first round. Jesus. Okay.
Mm.
Let me get my
get your head together.
thinking cap on here. I'm gonna go with no, I already know the answer to that one. I got nothing. I got nothing. 98 first round. That's a tough one.
It's only 20 years ago, but you're right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about any. Patrick Marleau.
Sorry.
I'm trying to aim in that because
Yeah, you know what? You're not.
the early 90s are easy and the early 2000s are easy, but that middle area, I know nothing.
Why do you
about.
have trouble with the middle area there?
Middle area is kind of weird, Lyle.
Oh, okay. Well, when you consider what the 96 draft was, when we rattle off some of
Yeah.
those names, yeah, I concede the point.
And Mark, you were only a year off. Marlowe was 97, so you're in that range.
All right, I'm there. I'm right there.
You're right there.
I'm tuned in now.
All right, so you're gonna have a
he's
round.
dialing.
Johnny P.
Jerome McGinley.
Sorry. Fuck you, Lyle.
I'm gonna say Joe Thornton.
Fuck you. 96 for Joe Thornton.
Oh, I'm 2 years off.
Actually, no, 97 for Joe Thornton. Because
I was only a year away. Okay.
because that's what number he wears in his international tournaments. Back to Mark.
Rick DiPietro.
Sorry, 2000. Johnny. This is gonna be great because these names are dog shit.
Fuck.
How about Enrico Ciccone?
Sorry, though there is a name out there that's kind of like that. Lyle.
Oh, geez, now you've thrown me. There is a name out there. Sergei Samsonov.
Sorry, also went 97
Mm.
because Thornton went 1 and Samsonov went 8.
Okay, hitting around it here. Alrighty, I'm trying to. Okay, let me try and think of Montreal Canadiens ones.
Mark.
Lubomir Visnovsky.
Ooh.
Not in the first round. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't even know if he was actually in the night.
Oh,
that hurts.
Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh no! Ouch!
Ow. Ouch. is
From the chat is throwing out a Mark Bell drop.
Is that for? You're talking first round, right?
First
To
round.
AJ.
Okay. Okay. Jeez. This.
I almost think AJ's looking it up, but he's right. 8 overall.
What?
Mark Bell off the board. Yep.
What?
Johnny. Mark Bell is off the board. You cannot pick him.
So there.
Mark Bell.
Marco Bella.
What about Jay Pandolfo?
Oh, that's a great name.
That's a great name. I wish I could give you credit for it, but no, sorry.
Damn it.
No, oh, man.
I
By the way,
don't know when he was drafted. Now, to be honest,
all right. Let me see.
I'll see if I
Lubomir
can-
Visnovsky was 2000.
We're
Jay
hitting
Pan-
all around these.
Jay Pandolfo 93.
oh wow,
Oh, Jesus. Okay,
impressive.
not even in the ballpark.
No.
Well, it's in the decade, so.
Got that going for you. Lyle.
Holy crap, Mundo. This is not easy. I'm trying to think Montreal Canadiens picks here because I know they didn't do very well.
AJ says he remembers the 1998 draft because the Blackhawks picks were especially awful.
God bless you, AJ. Then God bless you.
Montreal's, I don't think, were much better.
Another one too that I can throw out after Lyle.
Okay.
Mike,
yeah, well,
Mike Ribeiro.
sorry.
I like that one.
Not in
What
the
year
first
was
round.
he picked? No, oh, so he was picked that year.
I don't know. I'm going to check right now. He's not. I know he's
He's
not,
not
in the first round.
Yeah, no, yeah. and I'm just
Mike
curious.
Rivero. No, not. That's not who I want.
Mickey Ribs. Yeah.
Mike. Ribeiro. There we go. That's how you spell it. 98, 45th overall. You were a round off.
Oh, so close.
Well done. That's the
Shit.
closest we've gotten.
I'm trying to think of Montreal picks. Yeah.
Johnny, what's AJ's guess?
Ty Jones.
Not in the first round. Sorry.
Oh. When was he? What
I don't
round?
even know. I'm just,
Oh.
I'm just looking at first round. I'm just telling you, not in first round.
Okay.
I'm not gonna keep looking up all these guys to see if they're in the pick. So,
Well,
Mark, you're up.
I'll look.
Okay.
I'll just type in the names and you can.
Makata Jones.
I know this is probably not true,
Okay.
but Chris Pronger.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it-
90,
yeah.
93,
Yeah,
92.
yeah. He was in NHL 94. I remembered.
Oh,
but-
by the way, Ty
yeah,
Jones.
I shouldn't have even said that.
Ty Jones, you're a year off. 97.
97, yeah.
First round pick in 97. So just a year off there.
AJ hitting around.
Mm.
Johnny P.
Let's see who would have been shit and on the Capitals at that time.
Yeah. You're going on the same path I am.
What about okay, they took a bunch of like 6'8" defensemen around the same period. What about Finley? What was his
Fit
first
Finley.
name?
There you go.
Fit Finley, everybody.
Fit Finley.
No, it's,
Brian Finley?
I don't remember. His last name was
name?
definitely Finley.
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 Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Well, Lyle. It was Joe Finley, and he threw a lawnmower at University of North Dakota. So 2000.
Threw a lawnmower.
Yeah, he got arrested.
Um,
That's why we got arrested on the campus.
He was 6'8" though, wasn't he?
He was 6'8", built like a truck. I think he's still playing somewhere too.
okay. Scott Gomez?
Ekes it out with the last
Oh,
pick in the
last pick.
27th overall to the
Oh.
Devils.
'Cause I was trying to think of like guys who like won the Calder like after that, like a couple of years after that, and I know that
Yeah.
Gomer did. Was it 99 or 2000 that Gomez won the Calder?
90, I think 2000, because he was just on the team for the Devils.
Holy shit! Yeah, just squeaked that one in. Holy crap!
Good one, Lyle. Back to
Oof.
Mark.
Whew.
Chris Drury.
Sorry.
When was he?
No, look at
Hang on, I'll look him up because I can
What?
understand Scotty doesn't want to. So
Yeah.
that's a lot. He's running the game. I'll do this in the in between.
There we go. Johnny Pez.
because at this point I'm just naming people.
Damn it! He started his playing career in '98. He
Oh,
had to have been in.
By
this
the way, Chris Drury, 1994, third round.
Oh,
Yeah, he went.
had-
He went to college.
That's horseshit.
Yes.
He started playing for the Avalanche in '98.
Bunch of horse shit.
So So Scott Gomez was on the list.
He was.
Mm.
He's off the board now.
What about Yannick Perot?
Sorry, not in your first round. I think Yannick Perot probably 96.
Hope I'm spelling his name right here. Let me see. Oh, okay. Wow. 1991 third round.
Close. We were real close on that one.
Still in the 90s. Got it.
You're in the ballpark. You're still in the decade.
All right, Lyle. We've got Mark Bell, Scott Gomez off the board, by the way. Cannot pick them.
Brad Richards?
Not in the first round. He was third round that year.
Shit.
Last round. Starting with Mark.
My last ditch effort is Jeff Halpern.
Sorry.
And I'm looking up Halpern right now. I
feel like he was undrafted for some reason.
I think he was.
He was undrafted. Jeff Halpern was undrafted. Began because he came to university, the ECAC with Princeton University, 1 year in the AHL with the Portland Pirates, and then joined your Washington Capitals in 1999.
I'm gonna have a follow up if you guys once you have your round. I'm gonna
okay.
I have a follow up. Go ahead.
Okay, Johnny.
What about Dana Subas?
Sorry, he was in 99.
Oh,
wait, no, either 99 or 96. He was in one of the two that we said.
Yeah. Hang on. Well, now I'll look.
I
gotta know too, or I won't sleep tonight. Zubers.
Yeah, he was in 99 or 96. I know
and
that
he was 96, 15th overall.
All right, Lyle.
Hey, at least he was in the first round.
It's true.
Yeah. God damn it.
He was picked way before that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to I'm gonna go with the Canadians one again. Michael Ryder.
Sorry, no.
When was he?
We have one last ditch effort.
One last ditch, and then Marks
from the chat. AJ's throwing in a Manny Malhotra drop.
7th overall. Manny
Malhotra. Look at that, AJ on the board.
AJ on it. Mark, what's yours?
Well, we do technically know that he's already on the internet.
Oh, and very quickly before we go to Mark, Michael Ryder, 1998 draft, but selected in the 8th round, 216th overall. There you go.
I was gonna go with Matt Pettinger, who was the one traded in that Jeff. Yeah, no, okay.
The Caps didn't have a pick in the first round. They traded they traded their first round pick for Chris Simon and Curtis Lecision.
And Matt Pettinger went in 2000, round 2.
2000.
Okay, I was way off.
All right, so AJ's the big winner. Congratulations.
Yes,
AJ.
well done, AJ.
Here's the
AJ
98 first
nothing,
round. Now, here's the first round.
Okay.
Vincent Lecavalier, first overall.
Oh, God. How could I miss that?
Who's that guy?
Shit.
David Legwand. Brad Stewart. Brian Allen. Vitaly Vishnevsky. The guy who sounds like Enrico Ciccone, Rico Fata.
Really? I was going to say that too. I thought he was way younger than that.
AJ got 7 and 8 with Malhotra and Bell. Mike Rupp at number 9. Nick Antropoff at 10th. Jeff Harima at 11th. Alex Tenge with 12th. Something called a Michael Heinrich at 13.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that the NHL Network pulled exclusively from the 1999 draft.
Yeah, they really did. Patrick DeRoche, Matthew Chouinard, Eric Chouinard, Martin Skula, Dimitri Kalin, Robin Regier, Scott Parker, Matthew Biron, Simone Gagne, Milan Kraft, Christian Backman, Yuri Fisher, Mike Van Ryn, and Scott Gomez was what Lyle picked.
Wow.
No player in that draft had over 1,000 points.
So I was trying to figure out who the Thrashers pick was that year, because if Stefan went the year after that,
the Thrashers
didn't exist in 98 though.
Who did Legwand go to there? The Predators.
Predators, Nashville. He was their first ever. Yeah, he was their first first round pick. Yeah, first ever.
First ever.
My God, I feel bad. I should have known more of those because I remember the 90, like the 98 draft was the first one I really started to pay attention to when I was because that's when I first started doing Spectres hockey and I remember thinking, all the excitement surrounding all these names and Lecavalier was supposed to be like the second coming of Jean Beliveau and he was gonna and I mean he did have a pretty good career. Yeah. But it's amazing though how so few though. I mean, I don't think is there a Hall of Famer in that bunch in the first round? I don't think so. I mean, Vinny Lecavalier. I mean, he won a Richard Trophy, but
I would say in the entire draft, there's not a Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Because here's the top. Oh, there's a couple guys. There's about 10, 11 guys over 1,000 games.
Okay.
Sean Horcroft.
No.
Brian Giunta.
No.
Chris Neal.
No.
Brad Stewart.
No.
Mike Ribeiro.
No.
Gomez.
No.
No.
Tanguay.
No.
No.
Regier.
No.
Mike Fisher.
No.
No.
Brad Richards.
No.
No.
Maybe.
Richards is.
I just wanted to break it up.
Richards is that borderline because he's got cups.
Listen, Richards had he had a couple of, he had several really good seasons there. But I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the Island Boy here, but yeah, I don't see him as a Hall of Famer. Not like Marty St. Louis.
David Legwand and Vinny Clavier are the other two.
You're right. I don't really see a Hall of Famer in any of them at all. And it's not saying that those players that you just rattled off that all of them were dogs, because most of them went on and had like very productive NHL
careers.
Yeah, some of them won championships. And
here we go. Here's a guy who didn't play 1,000 games. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame. Pavel Datsyuk.
Yes, he will. Yeah, there's your superstar right there.
Yep.
There's the guy that gets
the Hall of Fame when he was 20 years old.
Yeah, because he was Russian at the time,
and the oldest person picked. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys over the age of 25 picked that draft.
Before the draft rules changed. Yeah,
the oldest was a 29-year-old Yuri Dopita to the New York Islanders.
Oh my lord, I remember him. Yeah, he had a cup of coffee with him, as I recall. He played
73 games, 12 goals, 21 assists.
Yep.
And then he started collecting his retirement after that.
But Pavel Datsyuk, absolutely. But he was another one of those like picked way down there. Like he was 5th round, I think?
171. So yeah, around 5th, 6th round.
5th or 6th round, yeah. That was another one that was back when the Red Wings had some genius in picking guys in the late rounds that blossomed into big stars. Yeah.
Boo, Rico Fata.
Yep. Next week, we're going to name the Italian national team from the 2006 Olympics.
We're not going to talk playoffs.
Oh, you can only name the Italian national team members that are not Canadian, though.
Right, exactly. So Jason Muzzatti, thanks.
You're done. Yeah.
Next week, we're doing Lyle versus Inanimate Objects.
Ah, yes.
The
most wonderful time of the year.
I have to see if I can find a fortune-telling pet.
Yeah, you have to, Lyle. You have to choose Android or Apple, or Windows, actually, because I'm sure there's one on Windows.
You want me to choose now?
Or we could do a 4-way. We could see Apple versus Android versus Windows versus Lyle.
There you go.
Okay, let's be dead honest at this point, right? I could flip a coin and it would do just as well.
Okay, Johnny's coin versus whatever
Lyle
other
versus Orb.
I'll get one of my referee coins from
there
upstairs.
You go. All right, so that's going to be
flip that as my part. Mark
can
do the magic 8-ball. Lyle can actually make picks.
Yes,
I will say, yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say I can find a fortune-telling thing here on
There
Android.
There you go.
I will say this though. Russian Machine Never Breaks did do that gimmick with a coin. They named Keith a coin. Also makes his playoff predictions.
Okay.
It is good.
Actually, it is. That's pretty good. I like Russian Machine Never Breaks, man. I gotta be honest. It's pretty cool.
They should just ask all the buses.
Cool
they could bring back His Breach and they could bring back Chris Bork and ask them to all do picks too.
Oh, that'd be great. Why am I not seeing any fortune-telling animals here? This is
See?
bullshit. This is bullshit. The gypsies have taken over the goddamn fortune apps. I can get in Wheel of Fortune. If I pick Wheel of Fortune, does that count? Probably not. I'll look it up and we'll have.
Oh, I'm sure we'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something. A 4-way dance. Or I'll forget and then just forget about it.
We'll do a fatal 4-way and you'll come up with
It'll
something
be a
while all the other two are doing. So
what we should do is we should do Johnny flips a coin and I get a fortune cookie and then I tell a fortune.
Ooh,
There you go.
that's true. If you get you need
That's
8
just-
fortune cookies for the first round,
There you go.
and then 4. So
you
need
mean actual? He's eating actual.
You literally, I'm sure that you can order fortune cookies.
or there's a
on
fortune
Amazon.
cookie app.
Yeah, no, I think it.
No.
I'm
Order.
gonna get it 2 days.
Get a jar of fortune cookies.
How much
Done.
will this cost me? While we're live on air.
$10.
How much?
$10. How much could it cost to get a jar of fortune cookies?
But here's the thing: are the fortunes in them, or do you have to put them in there?
How would you put fortune cookie? How would you put fortunes into?
I don't know how those Chinese work. They're sneaky.
I agree. It's basically, isn't the fortune cookie basically like the Chinese finger trap of cookies?
You
Come
can
on.
buy 100 fortune cookies fresh.
All right. I can buy 350 count box of vanilla flavored fortune cookies for 20 to 50. I can buy 100 pieces for 10.55.
Now make sure that they have fortunes in them, because just the cookies are going to be worthless.
Well, then how they get the fortune in there, Mark?
Well, they bake them inside the cookie. Obviously.
You sound like.
Well, obviously they bake the paper in with the cookie.
All right. It's a case of I don't know. I can learn Chinese while I'm eating. That's good.
There you go. Learn Mandarin while you're eating.
Exactly. No, that Lyle's a cookie, not an orange. Hey.
If you get the really good fortune too, they have the lucky numbers on the back. Then we can figure out what
there you
players
go.
to watch.
Yeah.
That's
as well.
okay. Hold on. Case of 350 individually wrapped fortune cookies for food service, so the fortune has to be in there. We bring good fortune, get your lucky numbers, and learn Chinese while enjoying dinner. So there we go. Might have to do that.
You can write it off as an expense against the taxes that you have to pay for Patreon.
I'll tell. I only have to pay if it's over 10,000. I'll just throw, and then I'll throw the cookies at Jen and like, eat. We have to do this. It's for the bit.
It's got to be done.
You want us to succeed, don't you?
I love how at most there's a total of 8, 4, 3. You're looking at a total of 15 fortune cookies, and you're like 350. Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
that escalated quickly.
They don't get stale, guys.
I'm looking at a lot of 50 that has 10 5-star reviews for $13.
Well, then 50 for $13.
I know.
I can add $7 more and get 300 extra. Like, I think at a
True.
value.
But 5-star reviews are hard to ignore.
So first of all, one perfect gimmick at least for every week. Scotty could quite literally at this point buy these, right, for this bit and put up a fortune every day for a year almost.
You could make our freaking social media better. Or
We're going to the Face Off Hockey Show Twitter just to see what Scotty's fortune of the day is.
Hold on.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Wait. Even better for this bit. Fortune of the day and the players to look out for the night.
That's true.
So it's
You get the numbers.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, that would work.
This actually could be the best gimmick we
This
ever.
is escalating.
It could be.
Now, here's the thing. If I don't want to eat that cardboard, can I just get the fortunes?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, after a while, even fortune cookies run their way out. I'm sure.
I want to see. I want to see Scotty eat fortune cookies.
Lyle, if
No, he'll eat fortune cookies on the show. He's not doing it every day for a year.
no, Lyle, that's true. And second off, it could get very, very racist.
Okay.
no.
We don't want to do that.
No,
Don't read them as
No. Do not want this tipping off into some.
Don't read them as Big Stan or Stan Wong.
Don't read
What
them
about
as
Little
Charlie Chan or
Ladies and gentlemen.
as Mr. Miyagi.
And I just put a picture up of Stan Wong and it's be like, I'm American, you guys. I don't know why. I fixed some guy's
Greatest
knee.
trader of all time.
I fixed guys' knees. I
How
don't know.
Stan Wong is not in the Hall of Fame, I don't know.
I think is he? Well, he's probably in the U.S. Hall of Fame. Actually, hold on.
He's
Stan Wong.
he's the World Junior Team
he's-
USA hockey athletic trainer.
He's still working.
Yeah.
He is not the actor from Louisiana.
You have to retire as the trainer in order to make it to the Hall of Fame.
He's actually part of the Fats Femme Hall of Fame in 2015. I don't know what the Fats Femme is. That sounds very
That
sexy.
sounds yes.
Oh, here we go. The Professional Hockey Athletic Trainer Society is FATS. So PHAT.
Ah.
And then SFEM, they spelled it wrong. The Society of Professional Hockey Equipment Managers. This is a real organization, folks. Go to fats-spem.com.
FATSFEM.
FATSFEM. It's 75 days, 2 hours and 44 minutes and 36 seconds until the FATSFEM Orlando Conference, June 19th to the 24th. Don't you dare miss it. It's at the Orlando World Center Marriott. It'll be featuring Paul. I don't know who these people are. I don't know. I'm not even gonna joke.
Isabart?
It'd be great if Paul.
That
Isabart-
having been said, I still can't condone you reading fortune cookies as Stan Wong.
Oh,
Can't
But he's a
condone
Hall of Famer.
he is. He's the Fat Spem Hall of Famer. What a terrible name for your organization.
I mean, for
What a
all we
terrible
know,
acronym.
for all we know, that Hall of Fame is near one of the drafts.
I know I think the U.S. Bowling Hall of Fame is in Dallas.
Yes, we figured that out already.
So we're going there. Yep, it's in Arlington, Six Flag Drive. It's great. It's got a big bowling pin outside. You can't miss it. So got this going. We're gonna go. It's gonna be a fun. We might go with a section 328 guys. They love bowling. At least one of them does. All right, Lau. We've
Okay.
to an utter halt. As our show off does.
Oh well, but
so
it's always fun.
So next week, Lyle versus the Orb versus Coin Flip versus Mike Lestrall in a
In a fatal four-way, predicting
fatal probably for me.
the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I got 3 other arteries, right? My heart.
That's why God gave you that many.
Jesus. More and more I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, it's probably not the greatest idea. Who cares? The hell with it. It's for the bit, it's for the show. It makes people happy. All right, Lyle, thank you.
Plus,
Talk to you next week, guys.
What's that, Johnny?
I said plus 2-day shipping.
That is true. Prime shipping. Gotta love that. Lyle's already gone. Thank you, Mark, for providing that to the show. SpectresHockey.net and some other places you can go to. I Guardian. Go ahead there, Johnny P, with your shout outs. No MSG. I love no MSG.
No Madison Square Garden. Is that what we get out of
Yeah,
this?
exactly. Yeah, no, they're not in the playoffs. F them.
I appreciate that we can continually come up with new insane bits for the show. I'm gonna give a shout out to us. Shout out to Live Draft. I'm gonna give a sincere apology to Rico Fata for not saying his name during the haha fuck you segment. And what else? Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Mark with a C.
I'm gonna get a little serious here for a sec. Well, shout out just in general to you guys. That wasn't the serious part. I wanted to be not serious for a sec. I also wanted to shout out this the Totalitarian Russian Imperial Stout. It's made by Stone Brewing Company. Very good. Drank that this evening. But my serious for a second is a guy that Scotty and I played hockey with for a really long time. A guy by the name of Dennis Clark unfortunately passed away over the weekend of, I believe it was prostate cancer. So that sucks. So shout out to Dennis, awesome dude. And I hope this summer we're going to be able to put a hockey tournament together in his memory. I think we're going to revive the winter hockey tournament we used to play, and make it a summer tournament and make it the Dennis Clark Memorial Tournament. So, Godspeed. That's my shout out.
All right. I just bought 50 fortune cookies. I bought a lot of fortune cookies. So, yes, to Dennis, cheers. Godspeed, sir. Shout out fortune cookies. Shout out 2 Day Prime. Shout out getting a car back. Huzzah to that. What else to shout out? I had like 17 others. I can't remember. God damn. Yeah, I think that's it, actually. In all honesty, I can't think of anything else. In general, shout out to Jen, who's going to have to eat a lot of fortune cookies here in the next few weeks. So that's going to be good for the bit. That's it. That's all.
Don't you have cats?
What?
Aren't there cats around there somewhere?
I have a cat.
Yeah, he's just messed up.
And he's an and he's an asshole. So the hell with him.
You can
go straight to cats, though. You can't go straight to cats when we're talking about fortune cookies. Come on.
It's true.
What, do you think that the fortune cookies are made out of cats?
Yes.
That would be the part that was racist. That was probably too far.
That would be the part that's racist.
My fault.
Oopsie doodle. In any case, yeah. That's it. That's all. For Johnny P. Mark of the Sea, I'm Scotty Watts. Take care of yourself. And someone else has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com. Blog Talk Radio / Face Off Hockey Show. For the Patreon people, thank you guys very much for contributing. If you want to contribute, go to patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. Be like Brian or Damon or Mark or Trista or Matthew or Ethan or Chris or Mitch or Angela or even little Sean. Little Sean's having a hard time, so let's help him out, folks. He's doing great. He's doing great on his own. Patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. Twitter, faceoffhcky show. And then Facebook, FOHS Radio. That's it. That's all. We're done. We're gone. See you guys next time. Bye. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Sound check, there's no need for apologies. I'm back from where I was, now I'm looking back to see I can't take the pressure. I'm falling down, backs against the wall, yeah, I'm seconds from the ground.